religious, kind of. They're like, do this puja, maybe that'll fix him.
Oh,
You know what I mean, like
oh
Nepali
man.
things. I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
have to say it. Like do a puja,
Like
like
Zakri's.
go to that temple, like do this, do that ritual, whatever. And my mom did, because she was like, you know what, my last hope, like she was like, might as well like try
Yeah,
everything that I
Yeah.
can.
No, I hear where your mom's
So it was
coming
more
from.
like religious things, like so she did do all of them, like puja,
Mhm.
whatever we had to do, we did that. But and then some priest was like, when he's 11, he'll talk, like whatever. But that's not scientific. Like
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
gonna talk at the age of 11 out of nowhere. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
So in that, I guess to differentiate it, whenever they came back to America, we went to the therapist, the doctor, whatever. It was more like medicine. It was more like, it's a neurodivergent like disorder. Like we
Yeah.
can't do anything about it, but you could take him to therapy.
Mhm.
So there are ways to make it better, but you can't cure it.
Welcome to News, Nonsense, and more. News, Nonsense, and more.
Welcome to a new episode of News, Nonsense, and More, where we bring people from our community where we can share their stories, where they can share their ideas, their principles, and everything else what we should, hear about, everyday people that comes on this podcast, so that way we can relate to them. Not like anybody who is already famous or anything, but we want to hear from everyday people so that way we can connect with them, we can gel with them, and we can know their stories and what they have to offer in life. The little things always matters. So with that being said, first of all, I'd like to thank Prapti, our co-host. Welcome back after a
Yay.
hiatus. She was ignoring us for
Yes, I was.
2 weeks. And Mike's always in the back because he thinks he's so good looking. He doesn't want to be on camera ever. And our amazing new guest today, Arya.
Thank you for having me.
I
I'm
know.
excited to be here.
I am excited for you to be here too. And Arya reached out to us because, she has a message for everybody.
Mhm.
And I feel like, people from our community should have a voice. That's what this podcast is all about. We want to bring everybody from our community be able to share their experiences, share their stories, and share how they want to change the world little by little, because we're all the building blocks of society. But with that being said, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
And the way how we want to start this podcast first is our audience would like to know
Yeah.
who Arya is and what does
Mhm.
Arya do.
Mhm.
And obviously Prapti is going to have her chance because she's like eagering to ask questions. But who's Arya?
I guess I'm just a typical student, first of all. I go to UTD right now. I'm in my senior year. I'm studying computer science. I moved to America at a really young age. So I was 5 when I moved here. Haven't gone back since. So I didn't want to go back. But I've just, been living a typical life. But I think for me, what kind of stands out in my eyes is that I have an autistic brother. So for me, the world is kind of shifted, I guess, in a view of I view the world more of in his eyes, to say to the least. But and I want to show people like his eyes, so like what he sees, even like in my, I guess, future, my path. I just want to make sure that autism is like more like spoken about. There's more awareness about it, etc. So I think that's what is pushing me to the future of what I want to do.
Yeah, no, that's especially in our society,
Yeah.
right? Especially South Asian or even in Nepal, that's very unaware
Yeah.
of something that exists, right? People just
Exactly.
feel like, oh my God, I remember like when I was younger, when people had like a certain condition, they would just automatically say,
Yeah.
"Pagal
He's
ho."
crazy.
He's
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
right? And I think like with science gradually getting better, and we have a better understanding of health and how the brain develops or what causes these things, because there's so
Yeah.
many different like things like Asperger's, or there's a spectrum between
Yeah.
like autism
Yeah.
and then some autistic kids are just super smart. They can
They're
remember
incredibly
everything, right?
smart. Yeah.
So it's very fascinating because we don't really know everything about the human body. We're still learning as time
Yeah.
goes on, and like I said, it's something that it intrigues me as well. So for for your brother, right?
Yeah.
When did you guys or like how much younger is he than you?
He is 7 years.
So he's
younger
7
than
years
me.
younger. Okay. So when did your parents kind of realize
Yeah,
you?
so he was, I think, about 3 or 4 years old, and my parents, they just thought that he had delayed speech. So they're like, you know what, let's take him to Nepal for a couple of months. Maybe after being with his like people, with his friends that are his
Hmm.
age, maybe he'll start speaking. So I think whenever I was 11 or 12, they took him to Nepal for about 3 or 4 months to see if he would speak. And then he still didn't. And I think no parents want to, they don't want to accept that their kid is any less than, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So for my mom especially, watching her go through that was very hard because it's hard to just acknowledge your child is less than any other child.
Yeah, denial.
And it took her a while, even us as a family, to understand what autism is. So whenever he was, I think 5 or 6, we finally accepted the fact that he had autism. And then ever since then, it's been like a struggle for all of us, or a journey to kind of incorporate autism into our own lives. Because compared to my life to any other person, it's so vastly different.
Mm.
Like, even let's say going to the grocery store, for example, right? For any family, it's like a hobby or whatever. Like, it's a task, you have to get it
Yeah, yeah.
done. But for us, it's a whole struggle because someone has to be in the car with my brother, or we have to be home with him, or we have to hold his hand the entire time. Like, the
Mm.
smallest of tasks becomes so big just by having this one person, you know, but now we're used to it. So for me, it's not weird anymore. It's not abnormal.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that task is normal. Like, I can't imagine my life right now not having to take care of him, even going to the grocery store or at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I specifically feel bad whenever I go home right now because I live alone in Dallas, and my parents, they're back in Knoxville, Tennessee right now.
Oh.
So whenever I go home, it's just like a whole shift of perspective where I'm here alone. I'm like, fine, my time's controlled by my own person. But then whenever I go home, it's like our entire day is controlled by my brother, which I really don't mind.
Mm.
I'm used to it. It's my life now. But people just don't see that, you know, and it's not only my household. There's so many other households that have an autistic child, but you know, you never see them out and about. Like, for example, whenever you go to a store, do you ever notice an autistic person? Not really, right?
Yeah.
It's like everyone who's like normal for the most part, whatever it is. But I kind of want to bring that into light of people who should just hide their kids like at home, or, you know, they're in the car or whatever. Even for us, it's a struggle to bring them outside in public
Mm-hmm.
because of all the stares and the glances, whatever it is. But I think my like long-term goal is to make them get out of the house. It's so sad. Like, why are you being locked away just because of the way you are?
Yeah.
Like, come outside, come grocery shop, come to the theme park, amusement park, whatever it is. Like, enjoy life of how it's meant to be enjoyed, in my opinion. And people just don't see that right now.
That's such a that's such a different perspective,
Hmm.
even for me,
Yeah.
because the fact of the matter is, the one thing I caught from that is
Hmm.
you guys didn't want to get out of the house,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
And that's probably why a lot of the public probably doesn't see it as much because
Yeah. And it's hard to bring them out too. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's another struggle.
Just so our audience is a little bit familiar with people who are not,
Hmm.
just let them know what autism
Oh, yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So autism, it's basically like a spectrum, right? Whenever you say someone's autistic, doesn't have to mean that they're nonverbal, whatever. The spectrum is really big. So there can be a lot of autistic kids who are fully verbal, they can speak, whatever, but they still have autism. And there's some who can't speak, who can't even walk properly, etc. So like I said, it's a really big spectrum. And my brother kind of falls in a place where he can do any physical activity, but he's nonverbal, so he doesn't speak. And for him, like, words are like one word things, like candy or like food, but he can't form a full sentence. So autism is just a spectrum.
Oh, wow.
So I just want to add on to that.
Mhm.
Like it's within your neuro
Logical.
yeah, neurological. So it's your nerves that connect with your brains on how you can communicate
Yeah.
and how you interact. If that's something that's not fully developed or the sensories are not matched with how normally it is for everybody else, I guess for average human, that's when people have that's when you fall under autism.
Mm-mm.
And that's where like the variety of like the spectrum comes into play.
Yeah.
And just so you know as
No,
well,
no, it's good to
um,
go. No.
it's some of the things that cause it can be like it could also be genetical, like you
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah.
It could be something that
You
happened.
can't test for
Yeah,
it.
you
You
can.
only know when after they're born, so you
Yeah.
can't really find out before.
Yeah.
Yep. So there is no so far. I think people are doing studies on being
Yeah.
able to find out if your genes carry certain like properties like
autism,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. But that's something that's caused due to different things. It's not something anyone has any
Mhm.
control over.
Yeah.
It's just something that it's a sensory development that happens for some, like that just does not work out for some people
Yeah.
as it does for everybody else. So that's like most of like what autism is.
Mhm.
But like you said, I guess in brown communities or
Mhm.
even like in Nepal, you would see that as like somebody who's not being able to function, not because they choose to do it, just because their brain probably didn't develop it. It just labeled
Yeah.
as the R word, and then
Yeah.
also pagal.
Yeah.
Like there's like different things like what you said, and I
Mhm.
100% agree with you. People always are scared, like they have some kind of fear towards people who are autistic, especially
Yeah.
if somebody has Down syndrome.
Yeah.
On top of that, like people really keep their distance.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think what you are going for over here is something that needs to be talked
Yeah.
about 100%.
Mm.
But I don't know if you've ever had an interaction with somebody who has
I
autism.
personally don't actually even
Yeah.
remember. That's
Okay.
why, like, when she said that,
Mhm.
when she asked me, "Have you ever seen an autistic kid in the grocery store or anything like
Yeah.
that?" It's making me aware that families, or South Asian families,
Mhm.
I've seen more like white kids maybe who are in the spectrum, like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because they're more like out there,
Outspoken. Yeah.
outspoken
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it. But maybe there's only a certain percentage, even of those families, that want to be out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think the South Asian community is well more like in the
Oh,
0.0001%
100%. Yeah.
to come out and talk about it because I think, like, how South Asian culture is, right?
It's
They like to
hard to
it's
like judgment, I feel like a
exactly.
lot of people.
And especially like families or mom and dads from the older generations,
Oh,
like, oh, they like to
100%.
like
Yeah. Like,
guard it. They don't want to
yeah.
say something. If you, let's say,
Mhm.
I don't want to sound like very old school, but like, let's say, for example, they want to find a guy for you for a
Yeah.
marriage. They'll be, oh my God, like those type of things happen,
Yeah.
right? They think about it. Let's just be
Yeah.
real,
That's
right?
yeah, that's
That's a
normalized in our
reality. That's
culture.
a
Yeah.
reality. It's normalized.
Mhm.
Or like, someone is. It's just so stupid stuff, but like it is what it is, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, when you said, like, have you ever seen one? I've seen white kids,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen any like Desi kids,
Yeah.
which kind of like
Like
makes me wonder, like, oh
Asian.
my God, like, are we immune from this? Like, but we're not
No,
actually,
We're
right?
not.
we're not.
We're not. And it's because
It's
they
a
choose not to
stigma.
come
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
exactly.
I
So,
mean, genetic mutation can happen anywhere. It does
Mhm.
not just have to be
Certain
for
race.
yeah.
certain
Yeah.
Yeah.
race. It happens everywhere. It's just like how she said, like people get locked inside
Hmm.
Mhm.
because I I don't have a direct family, but I
Mhm.
know family of a family
Yeah.
who has a kid with Down syndrome.
Mhm.
And I remember when I was a kid, that's when I first had an interaction with something like that,
Yeah.
where I could see how much the family was struggling
Mhm.
as well as the kid is struggling. It's
Mm.
not just, one person going through it. It's
Yeah.
the entire family that goes through
Exactly.
it. So it's definitely a lot of work, especially when it's been stigmatized so much
Mm.
in the culture, and people would say like the just random rudest
Yeah.
phase.
Yeah.
So jumping from that, I wanted to ask you,
Mhm.
is that something I wouldn't say like 100% sure, like,
Mhm.
but is that something you and your family faced when you had started talking about like your brother and
Yeah.
what could be the possibilities that has happened? Because when you tell somebody like, oh, your
Mhm.
kid is not talked yet,
Yeah.
people would be like, well, like my kid, my
Yeah.
problem, why do you care, what?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, parents are also worried about their kids,
Yeah.
and they're like, why is my kid not talking? Like,
Mhm.
even though they're defending their kid in front of everybody else,
Yeah.
I know the parents
To
have the
ourselves,
same
we're
amount
worried.
of like worry
Yeah.
on like why their kid is not going through that. So
Mhm.
I know you said they went to Nepal.
Yeah.
How was that experience
Mhm.
compared to, I guess, when you find out these things
Mhm.
here,
Yeah.
they tell you, like, oh, this is what it is, this is what
Yeah.
they need.
Yeah.
But when you go to Nepal, because it's not
It
as,
was it was more of like how do I explain it? like more religious kind of. They're like, do this puja, maybe that'll fix him.
Oh,
You know what I mean, like
oh
Nepali
man.
things. I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
have to say it. Like do a puja,
Like
like
Zakri's.
go to that temple, like do this, do that ritual, whatever. And my mom did, because she was like, you know what, my last hope, like she was like, might as well like try
Yeah,
everything that I
Yeah.
can.
No, I hear where your mom's
So it was
coming
more
from.
like religious things, like so she did do all of them, like puja,
Mhm.
whatever we had to do, we did that. But and then some priest was like, when he's 11, he'll talk, like whatever. But that's not scientific. Like
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
gonna talk at the age of 11 out of nowhere. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
So in that, I guess to differentiate it, whenever they came back to America, and we went to the therapist, the doctor, whatever, it was more like medicine. It was more like, it's a neurodivergent like disorder. Like we
Yeah.
can't do anything about it, but you could take it into therapy.
Mhm.
So there are ways to make it better, but you can't cure it.
Yeah.
So I guess in Nepal it was like, oh, do it spiritually, you'll get cured, whatever. Here was more like, let's just help treat it, but he's
Yeah.
never gonna be cured because it's not something curable.
It's a vast difference, right?
It's so
I
different.
want to ask you, how did your mom cope with that? Because
Mhm.
you know, obviously your mom or a parent, when
Yeah.
you see like a young kid
Mhm.
or your young child struggling,
Yeah.
you're desperate to try everything, right?
Yeah.
And then as coming back here
Mhm.
and like getting expert advice in the scientific
Yeah.
realm, then they're like, hey, listen, it's not
Yeah.
curable, and having to accept that. And then
I think
how was that transition for
I
her?
think for a long time she had a lot of denial. Like who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Like
Yeah.
it's like finding out your child is gonna have this for the rest of its life, and then you have to take care of them for the rest of their life too. It's a big, I guess, responsibility on you.
Mm,
My parents are gonna be about 60 taking care of my brother, which even I think about like at this age, because they can't always take care of him. So I think for her, just coping and accepting the fact that she has to take care of a baby technically rest of her life, it was like it was a lot of pressure on her. And she kind of secluded herself from like society for a little bit, for example, where she just liked being alone. Like she wouldn't really talk to anyone. Even she told me this, where like for like a good couple of months or like almost a year, she just took for herself to
mhm.
accept the fact that he was autistic. And then whenever she was ready, she finally kind of put herself out there again. But I think for her, just taking her own time, coming to like, I guess, in terms of things. But now she's fine. But I think for a good 1 year, she was really going through it. But she didn't really tell me because I was so young back in the day. Like, what is she gonna tell me? I was like 11
Yeah.
or 12.
Yeah.
But now, whenever she does, she's just like, I was super sad. But now, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No.
when was this? Like, when did you guys go to Nepal? Like, how many years back?
It was a while back. I was like 11, 12. So probably like 10 years ago.
Okay, 10 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
So where was he diagnosed? USA or Nepal?
No, not Nepal. It was in the USA. Because after they came back from Nepal, they were like, okay, this religion thing is not working. So we got to take him to the doctor.
Yeah.
And then finally they're like, he's autism.
Yeah. I'm glad that, at least, what it makes me really think is like a condition like this in some parts of Nepal,
Mhm.
let's say a village,
Yeah.
right? And they don't know any better,
Yeah.
because your parents are educated, they're in a
Mhm.
developed country, right?
Yeah.
Imagine like how they would treat that child, or those parents who like
Horrible.
can't take that
Yeah.
amount of pressure. What happens to those kids,
Mhm.
right? Those are the type of things that we should really ask, is because,
Mhm.
yeah, we talk about it in a more developed society,
Mhm.
but what's actually happening in those underdeveloped societies? How are they
Mhm.
being treated? Are they being educated,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like that is a really good message you're trying to put out there, because every life matters, right?
Yeah.
At this point in time, it's just that the government or society needs to do something in order to
Yeah.
make it easier, not only for
Mhm.
them, but for families who have family members who are suffering from those
Yeah.
type of conditions, right? Which is,
agree.
again, not curable,
Mhm.
right? It's just a way of life,
Yeah.
at this point in
exactly.
time, right? But what about your dad? Like, how was he? Like, was he very similar to your mom?
So my dad, how do I even explain it? He like recently has been really involved like with my life and everything. Whenever I was little, I think it took him a little bit longer, I think, to cope with the fact that his son was autistic, I think like a whole brown household, like it's his only son, whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean, like now he's fine as well. But I think whenever I was younger, like I didn't know how he was feeling at all. I still don't know till this day how he was back in the day. But I think it just took him a little bit longer to cope with that, you know?
Asian
I know
dads.
we asked
Yeah.
about how her mom felt and the dad felt,
Mhm.
but what I want to know is you were also a kid.
Yeah.
You also probably had never experienced somebody
Oh
with
yeah.
autism before,
Mhm.
and you see people with their siblings
Mhm.
and they have a different type of relationship,
Yeah.
and then you look at your brother and then
Mhm.
you're like, did that feeling come to you?
Oh, a
How did that
100%. Yeah.
understanding, I
Mhm.
guess, build in you?
Mhm.
Because how did they, I guess, explain it to you that, like, oh, this is what's going on, this is
Yeah.
what happened? How
Yeah.
was that entire understanding process for you?
So my mom, we were in bed one day. I remember this so clearly because that night I was so sad. Where she was like, like your brother, he's not normal and he's gonna need like more help in life. And I looked at her and I was like, but everyone else's brother's normal. Why can't he talk to me?
Oh man.
Is he never gonna talk? Like, why is it like this? Why is it only my brother like this?
Mm.
And my mom, like, she was so speechless because what do you tell a child like who asks that kind of question,
Yeah.
And I was just, I didn't really need harm, It's all pure intentions. Where I was just super sad. I was like, my only sibling, and my only sibling can't talk to me,
Yeah.
So even for me, I was very confused for the longest time. Whenever I was little, especially, whenever I was like 10, 11, I was like, he's not talking. Everyone else's like brothers are talking to them. Like I don't
Yeah.
have a friend, whatever. And even whenever I was growing up until I was like 15 or 16, I fully didn't grasp the idea that he needs more care than I do. So especially after they found out that he was autistic, all the attention kind of went straight towards him, and I kind of just felt really neglected for the longest time in my life. Where I was like, okay, like they love him, but like why am I not getting any ounce of attention? Which now it's completely fine. I've grown up with that, whatever. But whenever you're growing up and your parents like always favor one child more than the other, it really gets to you. It really
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't know like exactly what autism is, whatever it is. So one time, I think I was 15 or 16, I was super sick. And I was in my room, I was upstairs, and I just hid in my room for like the entire day. And I was so sick. I had like the biggest strep throat. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna see if my parents even realize like I'm alive or if they're gonna come. I know it was so silly of me. It was so silly,
But
but
you're also 15, 16,
exactly,
right?
exactly. And
Mm.
I was like, they don't even know I'm alive and sick, like alone right now.
Yeah.
So I was upstairs for about 24 hours ish, like a whole day, and they did not come upstairs. So I went like bawling, like crying downstairs, and I was like,
Aw.
"You don't love me, like you don't love me at all. Like you just love him more than me." I was just being really dramatic. I'm sorry. I was really sick. But then my mom, she looked at my dad and she was like, you know what? Like, but she is right though. Because of like my son being autistic, I have given my daughter like no time, like
Mhm.
at all. And she was like, we've only like favored one child for the longest time. And she was like, she apologized to me. She was like,
Aw.
I'm so sorry, since you were like 10 to like what 5 years, I haven't even looked at you like that or like thought of you like that. So after that one day, she came to my room like every single day after that. After school, she would always show up. So now we're best friends. We're
Oh,
super
that's so
cool now.
cute.
But I think it was even for her to realize, for me to realize as well, like I'm also here. Like I'm sorry. I
Mhm.
want love. Like I'm super young. I want my mom and my dad around me. So after that moment, they've like distributed the love. Like they check in both of us. They always call me like every day. But I think now like she's like learned a good way to kind of manage her time with my brother and me.
Mm. I mean, it's tough as parents
Yeah.
because that's not something that are trained for.
Yeah.
No one
Exactly.
teaches you, and then it's kind of like they're trying to manage everything, right?
It's a
And they're trying to
lot.
manage
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
They're trying to manage you, or
Mhm.
thinking they're managing you properly. They think they
Yeah.
are, right?
Yeah.
Because most of the time they're like, oh, it's the older
Yeah.
kid. They'll
She'll be
she'll be
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
She'll understand, right? Or he'll
Yeah.
understand, right?
Yeah.
The older kids there to take care of the younger ones, right?
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
Or or they're thinking about themselves. It really like showcases that you're highlighting something about these families that are
Mhm.
like that are going through a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you gave a clear example of something as simple as you being sick.
Mhm.
Do my parents love me?
Yeah.
Are they going to come and check up on me 24 hours,
Yeah.
right? Those things become so important,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
That it's so hard for, your parents to even
Oh yeah.
acknowledge that or realize that
Mhm.
because, that condition that your brother's going through, it's kind of enveloping their whole entire like
Yeah, it's their
their
entire
world,
life. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Because at the same time they're trying to like mentally prep themselves, like I have to be there for my son
Yeah,
for the rest of his life
yeah,
and my life, and then knowing how DC parents are,
yeah,
like my mom's, like she's like, oh, if you're like, if you're not married, who's going to take care of you? I'm like, Mom, you're 76 years old. You don't have to worry about
yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff, you know? But knowing DC parents, they're
Mhm.
going to think about what's going to happen to my son after
Yeah,
I'm gone, right?
yeah,
That's how South Asian parents think.
yeah.
And it's crazy because to me it's like, oh wow, I'm now when I think about it, if I
Mhm,
put myself in their shoes,
mhm,
you don't have an answer.
mm.
You don't have an answer. Like
Yeah,
what is the actual solution, right?
yeah.
So it is overwhelming, and I feel
Mhm,
like a family with autistic kids
mhm,
or anybody who's suffering with autism, I think in society itself needs to do a better job
mhm. Yeah,
to make it normal,
yeah.
because or to at least make the parents or the families of those people
Mhm.
kind of like more secure about, if when I'm gone,
Yeah.
society at least will be there,
It's about the
you know.
accessibilities to things
Yeah,
that an average human would get,
Mhm.
and have the same for your child who might have some spectrum of
Disability.
autism.
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Because what she said, right, being dramatic, I've been dramatic too, like, trust me. And it's just because, like,
You
and for
don't
me, it
say.
was not even like, my brother was a very sick kid, I would
Yeah.
say, in a way, where he would
Like he
just,
would get ill like
he
really
would get
fast
ill
or
over and over,
okay.
even if you yell at him, he would
Oh,
get a
I see.
fever.
Okay.
So he was that kind of kid.
Yeah.
It's so he stopped getting yelled at. My first thing was like, well, I got yelled at.
Yeah.
Why is he not?
Yeah. Like it's not fair, right? It's
It
not
just does
fair.
not feel
That's a
fair. So,
superpower.
like,
The moment you get yelled at, you have a fever. I want to know that superpower.
no, it's true though. To this day, like my mom
Mhm.
and my dad, like they, when we're on call, because my brother like comes here to visit me on the weekends, and
Mhm.
like he used to live with me,
Yeah.
so they used to tell him like, don't yell at him too much, otherwise, you
Yeah, he's
know,
gonna get
he
sick
takes it.
again.
Yeah, he takes it by heart, and he's gonna
Yeah.
get sick. And I'm like,
Aw.
he only gets sick when you guys yell. Like when I do it, I feel like
Mhm.
he's fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm like, you guys made him weak, but like, it's true though. I now that I see it in
Mhm.
hindsight, like you said, right?
Mhm.
When you are at the age that you are,
Mhm.
that dramatic effect that we think is now dramatic,
Yeah.
I feel like that really shapes you to the person that you
Oh
are today,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
understanding
Absolutely.
the nitty-gritty world, like
Mhm.
especially with how to deal with certain
Mhm.
situations. And if, because I feel like when you were surrounded with um I guess constant attention, I wouldn't say like not spoiled exactly, but
Mhm.
when people give you that, I feel like you can end up in a way, for a regular person,
Mhm.
Mhm.
if somebody ignores you, they take it by heart and they
Yeah.
start questioning themselves on why I'm
Yeah.
not. But I feel like you've learned early enough
Oh
that
yeah.
you cannot really control like how people think or
Or how people
feel.
perceive you.
And yeah,
Exactly.
and they might like have a certain feeling towards you, but
Yeah.
the way they express it is
Mhm.
gonna depend on person by person
Yeah,
Yeah.
basis,
yeah.
because everybody has a different relationship.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, my
Mhm.
question from that was,
Mhm.
because you had to deal with so many things,
Mhm.
and where you were thinking you were dramatic, but like trust me, that's not dramatic. I feel like we've all gone through
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
especially if your younger sibling gets a lot of
Oh
more
yeah.
attention.
Oh yeah.
You go through that like constantly as an older
Mhm.
sibling, like, am
Yeah.
I not good enough?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
They don't love me enough. Whatever it is.
what did I do wrong? I'm trying
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
everything right.
Exactly.
I'm not even bothering them, but
Mhm.
like, why are they not here for
Yeah.
me? Is a
Yeah.
Mhm.
question that you will have, and I have been through that too.
Mhm.
So because you've gone through all that,
Mhm.
and how do you think that process has directed you towards having empathy and compassion for other people
Mhm.
when you talk to them, or like even hear their story? Because
Mhm.
for you, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be judging a book by its cover
No.
because of the things you've gone through.
Yeah.
So how has that process laid out for you?
I think for me, it's like you never know someone's backstory. You know, like
Yeah.
it can seem so happy. I can seem so happy right now, but I have so much shit going on in my life. You know,
Mhm.
it just depends. So I think for me, it's like not. This is gonna sound so cliche, but it's literally like not judging a book by its cover. Like someone can be so happy, but they can be like so sad at home, etc. Or
Absolutely.
like for example, I have this friend in my university. He's also autistic, But he's so smart. He's in my machine learning class. He's also computer science, being into senior year, being autistic. And like a lot of people kind of get annoyed of him because he's one of those autistic kids. He's verbal, but he asks like so many
many
questions.
questions.
Oh my goodness. Even whenever I'm in class, yeah, like how are you? Like, but you know, because I have an autistic brother, like I will never be the one to like not answer his question. So in that, I guess, way of to answer your question, like, for example, like I have compassion towards him because I know he doesn't really have that many friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if I can be your friend, because my brother's just like you, like let me be your best friend. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So like whenever he's in class, whenever I see him in the library, whatever it is, like he'll just come up to me and we'll like talk for hours. But I really don't mind because I'm like, if I can be there for you for 2 hours of your day for a week, like what's the inconvenience for me that can make his entire day or his entire week, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's just viewing it like that. And even whenever I was in high school, like kids are mean. Like kids are so incredibly rude,
Yeah.
especially to like people who are like autistic, etc. So I would experience that in high school where I would see like my friends even making fun of autistic kids. And
Call
I'd be
them
like,
out right now.
oh, 100. Oh, I can't do that right now. But if you're watching, it was you.
Don't make fun of autistic kids.
No, it's not okay. And then
really
I'd be
not
like,
okay.
are you serious? Like, he doesn't know anything or she doesn't know anything. Like, why would you be saying that? So it just makes me really mad because I live in a household with an autistic person. So when people like just make any kind of remarks, any like small remark, it just
Very
makes me mad.
offending, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just being honest.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's absolutely true. But I'm not trying to play devil's advocate, but it's also like society is not aware,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and that's why kids being kids, you can't expect kids to act like
Yeah,
adults
I
too,
agree.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that also falls a lot on the parents. I think parents or this
Mhm.
generation of, I guess, younger adults who are growing up who
Mhm.
can see like, hey, there is a range, there is these conditions out there, right?
Yeah.
I think it is very important
Mhm.
to bring more awareness, right?
Mhm.
Which is that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, I think like even me, for example, I think I need to do a better job,
Mhm.
like being able to identify who's autistic or the way I talk. I shouldn't like, I'll be more aware. Like
Yeah.
sometimes if someone's just acting a certain way, I'll be like, I don't want, you know,
Yeah.
like, you know, just, it's only natural human
Of
behavior,
course,
right?
of course. Yeah.
Because like we're not around that a lot of times,
yeah,
right?
of course.
And because we're not used to it,
Hmm.
obviously people when they're not used to something, they're like, oh,
Mhm.
they
Yeah, I kind of want to walk
shy
away
away
from
from
that.
it. Yeah, walk away
Exactly.
from it, right? But I feel like, you know, this conversation that we're having is putting more awareness and
Yeah.
highlighting the fact that, hey, listen, you like your college friend, right?
Hmm.
He's verbal, he talks, but
Yeah.
he's asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Some people might find it annoying.
People find it so incredibly annoying.
Yeah,
But you
but
know,
they don't know.
yeah, exactly. But
They probably don't know that he is autistic
Yeah.
because imagine, you know, you tell your friends, by the way, he's autistic.
Mhm.
Why are you like saying that? They would be
Yeah.
like, oh my god, what did I do?
autistic.
They'll feel
Yeah.
like they're the worst people in the world,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And I think it's not also their fault because they also grew up
It's
not
not.
knowing
Yeah,
that, you
of
know.
course. Yeah.
And I hope, you know, us having this conversation
Yeah.
does bring a lot of light into that kind of like
Yeah.
into society itself,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Because I now I think about it, right?
Mhm.
I think someone not in our own direct family, but one of our Boju's son's daughter is autistic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
I forget, maybe or maybe I'm not quite sure. But now that you mention it,
Mhm.
I don't see them that often.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, when they come to like family parties too,
Mhm.
right? Like,
Yeah.
and now that's like putting more. It's making me think more.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
so like to
That's good.
ask him.
At least you're
like,
thinking more. That's
yeah,
good.
yeah. I mean, that's why
Yeah.
we're having this
Yeah, of
conversation, right?
course.
I think it's also just to add on to that.
Yeah.
I also feel like because with autistic kids, you never know what the trigger is going to be,
Yeah.
Mm.
especially regardless if they're verbal or non-verbal, right?
Mhm.
There are trigger points where they might, because it's all about communication,
Mhm.
and it's nothing wrong. It's not like it's a disease or anything.
Mhm.
It's just they just don't. Their brain just works differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes when something is said to them,
Mhm.
it might trigger them
Yeah.
where they are not necessarily trying to harm anybody,
Mhm.
but they're more stressed in their inside system and they kind of are like shutting down on themselves.
Yeah.
And I have realized that parents also don't go out
Mhm.
because they're scared. Like if when people don't know how to interact with these kids, they kind of will get triggered, and they might like, and for that, like, for people it's going to be like it caused a scene,
Hmm.
or like, they don't want to bother other people. But like you said, right, people are really not sure about the autism aspect of it. I think it is one thing to be uneducated about these things, but we cannot really be ignorant about it, uh, because you can be it's okay.
It's
I'm so
okay.
sorry.
All right.
Because you can be uneducated and not know about it, but once you figure out, like, or have an idea of what it is, then obviously you're going to approach to the situation in that way, which is what you did with your friend,
Yeah.
is like, because you have a brother. So my question to you on that was like,
Yeah.
when you have people
Mm.
who do have you met people who do have that education on, like, okay, this is what it is, and because when you're around family or friends, you tell them like, okay, this is what it is, people share stuff. um have there been incidents where you felt that people are ignorant even when they're educated?
Honestly, wait, I haven't known.
Okay.
I feel like whenever I tell someone, especially what autism is and who
Mhm.
has it around them,
Yeah.
they're more aware of I should be treating this person kind of differently, but in a
Mhm.
better way. Not in a
Yeah.
different in a bad way, but in a kind of understanding like what triggers them, as you
Mhm.
said, or like what kind of things to do around them. So they're like calm by themselves,
Yeah,
So
that's good to know. People still have humanity left in them.
No. I mean, like, I think, like, when I look back at my high school period, or even I didn't even really go to middle school. Yeah, I did for like maybe 3-4 weeks. Um, but when I go through my high school, like junior and senior, I don't think there was any awareness classes about this,
there still isn't like
right?
classes like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that is something that needs to be implemented, especially from a young age. Like, the best way I can like kind of relate to this would be like in Japan, right?
Hmm.
Kids in Japan are taught to clean the school. Like every kid from a younger age,
Yeah.
they go and clean the school. They get together. They're very, very big on like, hey, don't cross the street even if there's no cars coming. If it's red, you wait, and you when it's green, then only
Yeah.
walk, because their whole entire culture.
Hmm.
Forget about like, just a school. Their
Yeah.
entire culture is about like, if I do something bad, the younger generation is going to learn something bad from me,
Yeah.
and they're going to like it's going to like kind of has a ripple effect in society.
Yeah.
Not saying that they're 100% perfect,
Mhm.
but you can see the effects of it. Where like when the World Cup happens, the soccer World Cup happens,
Yeah.
what do the Japanese like fans do? They celebrate, they make a mess, but they always clean up,
Yeah.
and then they leave.
Hmm.
Even the Japanese soccer players or football players, because it's football, not really soccer, they clean up their locker room
Yeah.
and then they leave,
Yeah.
right? So if it can happen at a country level aspect,
Hmm.
I think this awareness, I mean, it can really change shape society, and it's not
Oh,
going to
yeah.
change overnight,
No,
too,
definitely not.
right? It's
Yeah.
it's something that you start now, and it changes maybe 10, 15, 20 years from now,
Yeah.
right? And that can only happen when you bring about awareness.
And that's what I want to do exactly. So, like I said, I'm talking about one nonprofit. It's called Aryan's Light
Yeah, I was
Foundation.
going to ask you about that.
Yeah. So it's named after my brother, obviously.
Mhm.
And I mean, like I said, you can't like you said, you can't start a organization in one day or like awareness in one day. And so right now, what I'm doing is a lot of research. I'm setting my goals of what I want to do for the future, etc. Finding out like the autism rates here in America versus in Nepal, etc. And my long-term goal is to kind of host workshops per se
Mhm.
of in different cities, whether it's over Zoom, in person, whatever it is, where I go there, especially in the Nepali societies, in those areas, like bigger cities, let's say Austin or Virginia, California, wherever it is, just letting them know, like, hey, this is autism. And if someone has these signs, they're most likely autistic. And this is how you can act and treat them, how we can act towards them. And then I just want to be able to grow with that, where I can take that to Nepal myself and then take that to like rural communities, villages, etc. and let them know, he's not crazy.
Mhm.
This is literally science, and this
In
is what we can do to like make them feel more like welcomed.
in Nepal, like she said, 10 years ago. That's why I asked why.
Mhm.
When did you go? Because 4 or 5 years ago,
Uh-huh.
there has been a lot more awareness about autism.
Yeah.
So,
But isn't that crazy? It's only 4 or 5 years.
And
Yeah.
that's how much it can change in 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years
too.
is it was a big change because you told like you said like so one of our family member has autism, but we didn't know that, and kids will just act kids
Mhm.
when they're small. So and we didn't have the knowledge that time, but now we know what autism is and
Yeah.
how to deal with them. And in the past 5 years,
Mhm.
a lots of awareness has been
Yeah.
done in Nepal,
Yes.
not in villages, mainly in the
Yeah,
metropolitan
in the
cities.
city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly in cities, but people are
Mhm.
getting educated nowadays,
Mhm.
and like that has really helped a lot,
Yeah.
and even me. But I was mainly focused on my own NGO in Nepal,
Mhm.
regarding cancer awareness.
Nice.
So
Okay.
we focus on that. But I went to many autism related programs over there,
Really?
but
Okay.
still like those awareness program didn't educated me enough.
Yeah.
And in one of those programs, even Shrinkala Khadiwala was there. She was raising awareness.
Yeah.
That's good for her to do that.
Mhm.
She used her power for good,
Mhm.
and she did really good at that time. And
Yeah.
but still, I went to so many because I was part of this foundation, Rose Nepal Foundation,
Mhm.
and we mostly deal with cancer. But we went to other organizations too to support them, right?
Yeah.
But I still don't know the like key information, like how to react to them or how to discover them. So can you
Mhm.
like educate us one by one, answering my question? So
Yeah, of course.
yeah, so like how do people like you
Mhm.
know your kid is suffering from autism from very small? Do you know anything about that in your
Yeah.
discovery?
Yeah. So the main signs is like physical cues. So a
Okay.
lot of autistic kids, they'll watch fans, for example. They'll just like be staring up,
Yeah.
or they do like little hand gestures, or they're just like this, or
Okay.
they go like back and forth. That's how like they find calm in themselves, where they kind of rock themselves, for example, or they say the same word like a couple of times, like candy, candy, candy. I think it's just like repetitive things that you kind of have to glance over and look at. Like I've been trained to kind of find that. So if I were to see a kid who's normal who's autistic, I can tell exactly who's autistic by their like cues. And so it's kind of like kids who also remember things very easily. If you tell them one thing, they'll remember for a long time because they're very smart. Like autistic kids are really smart. So that, or like I said, they'll look at one thing and kind of just keep staring at it.
Okay. So what age do you
Mhm.
know specifically that this starts coming out?
Like 2, like whenever
Like
they're 2 or 3, it's like super young.
super young, so
Yeah.
people can notice like
Yeah.
their kids might
'Cause-
have a little bit of
exactly.
autism.
Because autism, like, is from whenever you're like born, how your brain develops, right? So by 2 or
Okay.
3, it's vastly developed. So it's kind of set that you have autism by that age.
And I've heard like people saying I have a little bit of autism. What is a little
Mhm.
bit and more like?
Yeah,
Is there
yeah.
a difference?
I do
Yeah.
want to ask
Yeah.
that question.
Mhm.
Like when people like are talking, oh, I'm a little autistic. You just
Yeah.
claim that they're a little bit autistic.
Yeah.
Is that
So it's kind of like verbal cues or like I guess settings where you're with a lot of people where you don't understand like I guess gestures or people being sarcastic because you're autistic. Like you don't know like some kind of signs like like let's say I'm saying something sarcastic. I don't mean to say it.
Mhm.
The autistic person will think you're being like literal
You're
instead of being
serious.
sarcastic. Exactly.
Okay? But my question is, when people
Mhm.
claim they're autistic,
Yeah.
I don't
I
think.
feel
I don't
like
know,
in today's media culture,
Mhm.
because the artist thinks
Can I say it's kind of
autistic.
like a trend sometimes?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
I was going to go
Yeah.
with
I was
that.
getting to that because
It
when
kind of
someone
is.
openly says, "Oh, I'm a little autistic," by the way, it's like how?
Yeah,
how
it's
I
like-
feel
Yeah.
like, to be honest, I feel like everybody is a little autistic
Mhm.
because it's a spectrum, right? Nobody's brain is going to function the exact
Exactly. I agree.
same way.
Yeah.
So it's going to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
different. It's just about the range. That's
Yeah.
where the little autistic comes. And that's why when you talk about autism, you don't talk about just like autism. You have spectrum within
Yeah,
autism
exactly.
that you are either like up in the spectrum or down in the
Is,
spectrum, somewhere in there.
That's actually, that's a good point that you brought up. Is there
Mhm.
a certain test that people like can take? Like, let's say, for example, if I want to
Mhm.
test if I'm autistic.
I don't know for adults, but I know there is for kids. I think my
Okay.
like, brother had a test on him too to see if he was
Okay.
autistic.
Okay, so it's only done when you're a kid.
Usually, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I'm sure like online there's so many things, or I'm sure you can find something that
Mm.
like to test your autism. But I haven't really researched that.
Because the reason why I asked that
Why do you
is
keep looking at me?
no, I'm not looking. I'm not looking at you. Don't
You're
worry,
making
Prapti.
me question. I'm like,
Yeah, Prapti,
Hmm,
you're
am I
autistic. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's a bad joke.
That's
Just trying to
a
lighten
really
the mood.
bad
Just trying to
sign.
lighten the mood a little bit. No, the reason why I ask these questions is also because there's some people that just go out
Mhm.
there who have never done that test when they're
Yeah, yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
and they'll just claim that they're autistic. It
Yeah.
kind of takes away because
Yeah.
my point is, if there's someone out there who just claims that they're
Mhm.
autistic, right, but they're not really autistic because
Yeah.
their test has never been done, and
Yeah.
they're acting normal,
Yeah.
that's kind of hindrance to someone who's actually
I
autistic.
agree.
Do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
That's what
Yep.
I'm saying. It's like a trend, whenever you feel less than someone else. Like, oh, I just have
Exactly.
a medical
So
condition. That's why.
I want you to clarify, because I've heard a lot of people now, they say like I'm a little bit autistic,
Interesting.
but
Yeah.
I don't think I
Like,
find
are you actually like?
yeah, actually, because I've seen
Exactly.
Yeah.
autistic kid like categorizing them like what really like up in the scale in the spectrum,
Mhm.
as Prapti said, everyone is a little bit different than others, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like there's a normal thing and there is a boundary from which people start calling this is a little
Mhm.
bit autism. We
Mhm.
might have to talk with
Rephrase
them
it, yeah.
talk with them differently to make them more comfortable. So that's kind. So how do we differentiate, like if people say like
I think the biggest thing is even eye contact.
Okay.
Like for me and you, I can look you exactly in the eye, but for an autistic person, like they're a little more shy and anxious to talk to you. So, for example, if someone's talking to you, they're kind of looking everywhere, they're glancing at other people, other items, other things. I think that's like a big sign for like
Okay.
adults how you can tell if they're autistic.
Yeah. We should
Apparently-
all stare at Prapti's eyes.
Stop it.
Look back at us.
She's definitely autistic.
No, the only thing I've been guilty of is like zoning out.
Yeah, I mean, I do that too. It's okay. It's
I
very,
zone
it's pretty
out a
normal.
that's
lot.
normal. That's normal.
Yeah.
But I think from what I have like read on
Mhm.
is you not technically, but there's like 3 levels of autism.
Mhm.
1, 2, and 3 is what I read.
Mhm.
And my credentials, ChatGPT. I just asked like Chat. I was researching, so so apparently you can see a lot of that thing in social interactions,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
behaviors,
the thing.
and how they are going to talk, especially in a social setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they feel out of place, or
Mhm.
they're just in their own world,
Mhm.
they could have some level of autism apparently.
Mhm.
But it could not just be like verbal, like it could be any kind of senses,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like even touch. If you touch somebody, right?
Yeah.
If they don't feel that touch, sensories, like their senses are, if it's too hyper, I think there's hyper and hypo.
Mhm.
So they have either like a lot of sensitivity to
Mhm.
certain things or no sensitivity at all. So
Yeah.
if the lights start like going,
flickering?
yeah,
Yeah.
flickering, that's when like an autistic person can have a lot of issues where it
Mhm.
could trigger their
Trigger
brain.
It's very sensory. It's like
Yeah.
sensory issues.
It's very
Yeah.
sensory, or if it gets too loud
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
they
That's why a lot of autistic people, they wear headphones. So
Yeah.
if it's super loud, they just like put that on noise cancellation so they don't hear everything around them.
That makes sense.
Oh,
Makes
okay.
sense. Look
Yeah.
at you, Prapti, doing all that research in ChatGPT. I'm so proud of you. Good
I think
job.
even Prapti has said I am a little bit autistic.
Yeah.
I don't think so,
I-
Prapti. You're not autistic.
I have
No.
I have certain
Yeah, we were just-
tendencies.
Uh-huh.
And I know which one we joked about in like that's why I say like everybody
Bad
is
joke,
a
by the
little
way.
bit autistic,
Yeah.
which is true. Everybody is a little autistic in some ways or the other, but that's where the hyper and hypo part comes in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I do have certain things that
Mhm.
you've mentioned, which is like rocking of the body,
Mhm.
loud sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Really, like if I'm doing something and if it's a lot of bass,
Yeah.
I can't handle a lot of bass. Like
Really?
I don't like it.
Yeah,
No.
you go to a club, you're like,
When was the last time I went to the
I
club?
don't know, your TikTok stories. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
He's calling you out. I'm sorry.
No,
Like, I don't know what you're doing.
no. This is exactly what I'm like. When was this? It's like, Rue, when was this?
So we should be doing like this. Every person has autistic, but we should characterize someone really different
Yeah.
and like to treat them, because she might have autism, but we treat her normally,
Yeah.
like
I mean,
us had joke about.
I mean, like what she said, right? She
Yeah.
has a friend in university.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's autistic,
Mm.
but he just asks a lot of questions.
yeah.
You know what I mean? For a regular person who's never come across that, he's like, oh my god,
But
this
that's
guy's
my
asking so many
question. Yeah,
questions.
so annoying.
Like
yeah.
so annoying, right? Like that's what they'll think,
Yeah.
and they may not like him for that, but they don't really know his backstory. I think that's one of
Yeah.
the reasons why we had this podcast is that
Yeah.
you know
They know
we're
now,
getting to
kind of.
talk about these like
And I was
basic
gonna-
things.
I was gonna add on the autism part, like in adults, even if you feel like an adult is like average normal human,
Mhm.
if they're obsessed with something, that could
Mhm.
give you a cue on that they could be autistic,
Yeah.
Okay.
because obsession plays a big role. Like it should not always be about like not being able to like talk or anything, but
Mhm.
if you're obsessed about just one topic and you want to
Mhm.
learn more, and that's something that you never get bored out of,
Yeah.
like that's also autism. That also
Yeah,
plays in
yeah.
autism. It does not always have to be. I feel like there's good sides of those things too, because
Mhm.
people are so hyper focused.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When they get obsessed, they get very hyper focused,
Yeah.
and like as a normal person, we might think, oh, that person's such a workaholic,
Yeah.
or that person is like, oh my god, they're so
Super
interested in
genius.
academic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it could also like they could be a genius. It's not that
Mhm.
they're not,
Yeah.
but it could also be that they could also be autistic, because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
also something that happens. And I don't think a lot of people really get diagnosed with autism because, like you said, it's not something that's talked about.
Yeah.
And if you are like if you're talking, let's say by the age of 3,
Mhm.
even if it might be later than most kids.
Yeah.
I don't know when kids start talking, but I would assume it's earlier than 3.
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Usually is.
Right? Yeah, 3 or 4.
2 or
They
3,
start talk-
no? I feel like it's 2 or 3. Like
I
don't
think
know.
like they talk like early, right? Like
yeah, like my little cousin, he's like 1. He says words already. Like
yeah, I
real
think they,
words.
but like either way, like even if
Kids
you do
nowadays.
it, if there's a delay in that, right? Like she
Mhm.
said, like with the experience, when family had to figure out, they're like, okay, maybe he's gonna talk.
Mhm.
Even if they do, that could also hint the delay in the how their sensories decided to react would
Yeah.
also point towards autism.
Mhm.
And those are the things that I feel like a lot of us are not educated in,
Yeah.
and we kind of leave it behind. So
Mhm.
when sometimes people like take something by really hard, and I was like, oh, there's overreacting,
Yeah.
or like it could
Mhm.
also be
It
because
really
of things
matters
like
to
that. Yeah.
them.
I mean, I have a question though. So I know you just started your foundation, right?
Mhm.
And your goal is to bring about awareness,
Yeah.
right? So, what is your long-term goal? So, like, where do you see the foundation doing? Are you going
Yeah.
to be, partnering up or working with any other foundations? Have you already started?
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, what?
So
Tell me
that's a
what your.
great question. So I currently work with Greater Nepal Autism Society. Sorry, I don't think I'm saying the name correctly right now. Completely blanking. But I've been working with them since my pageant that I did previously,
Mhm.
and I wanted to kind of recognize them during my pageant as well. Because for me, like I had to find like what I mostly cared about, but prior to the pageant, whatever. And then for me, it's just what stood out as well. And then fun fact, guys, like in any of like Miss Nepal's, world, universe, whatever, no one has ever talked about autism.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah, it's not
Really?
so crazy. No one. Yeah, and I was like, you know what? Like,
So like
I'll
any
do it.
any pageant.
No, like ever.
Is it only Miss Nepal or is it like any world?
Universe, world?
Really?
Yeah, like fact check me. I promise you. Like no one has ever talked about that.
Well, there you go, guys.
Isn't that crazy? And I
That's
was like, let
crazy.
me like put myself out there and put my cause out there, because if I'll be the first one to say it, maybe it'll bring about a bigger impact than anything else. Because usually it's like education, healthcare, which they also matter so much.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
not
life.
saying they don't, but it's like if someone else is bringing about a new cause, to these platforms, maybe you'll get more of a voice.
I think like you just highlighted one thing, how less is talked about.
Yeah,
Even
Yeah.
at the, it's not only Miss Nepal, right? You're
Mhm.
talking about the
universe,
Miss Universe
world,
stage and-
Earth, exactly,
they're,
like all
because
of
they're
them.
more common. Like, oh, we need to focus on the kids,
Yeah,
or kids are not being able to eat.
Yeah,
like those types of
education,
stuff.
yeah,
Education,
poverty,
it's
all
the
that.
same thing, regurgitating all the time, right?
yeah,
But this is also a fact of society that every day,
Yeah.
doesn't matter what class it is. You could be a billionaire class,
Mhm.
or you could be, the I wouldn't say lower
Low-
class, middle
okay,
class, yeah,
yeah.
middle class, right?
yeah,
The normal class.
Mhm.
And when you're autistic, you're autistic,
yeah, exactly.
right? So because you're going to treat each and every one of them the
Mhm.
same way, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Like you're the first one.
I know. I was so proud by
Guinness
the
Book
way.
World
Thinking
Record.
about that.
That's why she's a winner.
She's a winner. She's a winner.
But
It's
I,
a power.
I hope like after finding out this information, people
like-
don't misuse it. Like
Yeah.
everybody goes, oh, they haven't talked about this.
Guys,
So I'll focus,
if
yeah.
someone
Yeah,
does,
let
they
me-
better not. It was mine first.
You
I'm
should- you
sorry.
should- you
I already
should-
did it. Like, no,
You've heard it in Use on some more. She's the first one ever. It is
Exactly.
time stamped. It's a digital footprint.
Exactly.
Done
But
so.
she's doing it with a passion. Some people
Yeah.
just misuse
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's what I'm
absolutely.
saying.
They
That-
do
that's-
what's trending,
Exactly.
and that's kind of like
Exactly.
that's where, like, that's why social
Yeah,
media
that's
can
where
be
that's why I
evil.
asked
Yeah.
that question about
Mhm.
like when people say, "Oh, I'm a little autistic." Is that like just a way just to get away from the fact that
It
you didn't get a
really
joke?
is. It
You know what I
really
mean?
is. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
don't do that. That's offensive, guys.
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't use that.
how do we differentiate? And I would like to know, like, how do because you have
Wait, before we ask that question, she's still trying. I still want to the initial question of where she wants to
Yeah,
take
my
her
long-term
foundation.
goals.
Yeah.
okay.
Jeez, kind
And
of.
that's related to that though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, let her
anything.
finish that first.
So I think my long-term goal is, like I said before, to reiterate, I want to host like more workshops like around America,
Mhm.
of especially in the poly societies of, yes, like autism, what it is, but also like how you can help someone and find out like who has autism, because like even for you, like you don't know what it is until you're told what it is.
Yeah.
So that's my goal, where it's like I want to tell you like this is autism, this is how you can look for it in people and how you can help them.
Mhm.
But I just want to spread like awareness in that scenario. Same even with Nepal, there's already like a big society there of like raising awareness, whatever, but they don't know how to spot it yet. Like you said before, you literally said like you went to a whole like organization or whatever, but they didn't tell you like how to spot autism and like
Exactly,
how to treat
exactly.
those people.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do. Like I want to let you know whenever you meet an autistic person, this is what you say to them and how you can make them feel
Is,
better.
is there any like organization or workshop that you're currently working with right now? Maybe you could put it on here like we did it for David, like it just popped up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like while we're having this
Yeah,
conversation.
those will come. Those
Yeah.
will come.
So is there any like any name drops that you know?
Yeah, so Autism and Care Nepal Society, that one for sure.
What about here?
But here, I haven't really worked with any here, but I
Okay.
know there's a lot. Actually, I lied. I worked with one about 2 years ago. It's like the Dallas Autism Center.
Okay.
And I am computer science, right? So this is actually a really like nerdy project of mine. This was about 2 years back, and I took a class called Engineering Projects and Community Service. And during that class, we worked with the Autism Center here in Dallas, and our main goal was to build a cuff for autistic kids, where a lot of like how they have sensory issues. So for these kids, like they hated being touched, but sometimes you have to like put some physical pressure on them for them to calm down. So what my team did was we built this like cuff from like a pressure cuff monitor, whatever it was, and we made an app with that. So whenever you put it around like the child's arm, you can like decide how much pressure you want for how long, or if you want to vibrate, etc. And then we got to give that to the center for them to test out and treat the kids with, which was actually very cool.
That's very
so
cool.
I think that's kind of what started my movement of seeing my project like being used to help other people, which was so nice to
That's
see.
really good.
But yeah,
That's
this was like
amazing.
this was,
it's
like 2
it's a
years ago.
tangible thing that you
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
see.
and it incorporates like what I enjoy doing. Like I'm in engineering, like right. So I love coding, whatever programming. So seeing everything that I care for and I'm passionate about coming together and like helping other people with that was insane.
Okay.
But I think that's what started everything.
She's not only beautiful, but she's also a nerd.
I kind of, yeah.
There you go.
Beauty and brains.
The last guest that we have, David, didn't like nerds.
Well, you wouldn't like me. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
no,
sir.
no,
Like
no,
I can't do anything.
No, he's not. He himself is.
He
nerd.
is himself.
He doesn't like AI.
He
That's
doesn't
why.
like AI. He doesn't like
AI.
coding. He works in coding, but
Yeah,
he doesn't
he-
Is he
like
a software engineer?
He
Yeah, he's
became a
software.
software engineer. He's a
Okay.
funny guy. He's a
Okay,
funny guy.
okay, okay.
I met him at the gym. So he's
Oh,
funny.
He's a
Cool,
more
cool.
free life.
He
Yeah.
basically was this kind of. If you ever watched the episode, 1980s with no internet, he went to Gambia to study like a type of
Really?
music. So
Okay, cool.
his life is completely different. The way
Yeah.
that and even for me,
yeah.
like the way we grew up, it's like crazy.
Yeah,
But
cool.
okay, so that means the foundation is to bring more workshops,
Mhm.
awareness in school. So do you see your workshops or your like I guess mission
Mhm.
to be taught in school so that way it impactful society? Because I
yeah.
feel like only like someone like me, since you told
Mhm.
me now I'm gonna go and check, right?
Yeah.
Do you think like you want it incorporated?
I wish it could be incorporated in education here in America, but also like education here is just so like iffy to say the most, where we're taught about things that are important, yes, but also like I never learned about taxes in school or like
Yeah.
interest rates, the things that are actually important. And that's like a whole new topic, like education here,
Oh man.
where I wish I was taught that in school instead of like geology, which also matters.
Yeah,
But I'd rather be taught how to take care of my interest rates or pay my bills on time, etc.
That's a whole new different
It
episode.
really is.
Or
Yeah.
get a class on like why credit cards are not.
Yeah, like,
Why
are
you need to
bad.
pay your
There was
bills
a
on time?
class like
Yeah, you need to
that.
pay your bills on time. Like
Or
I
even,
think
like,
people
home
need to
interest
be.
rates, how to buy a house, how to save, leave, like whatever.
There should be
We're
an
not
entire
taught
class
that.
for financial
You
literacy.
should
Yeah, there
come
surely
back and
should
do an
be.
all girls episode with
Wait,
Prapti
I
and just
would
talk
Just on
about
that topic, yeah.
I would love that.
Because that
I
is
really needed
a
it.
great thought, because like people are just pushed into society.
Yeah.
Learn by yourself, like how to sell a house, how to buy a house,
Exactly.
how to go with interest rate. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
I'll give you one better.
Exactly.
I'll give you one better.
Mhm.
If you actually look at like soldiers, when
Mhm.
they're 17, 18 years old, they go into the army, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They live a life of what, 4 or 5 years, even 10 years of
Mhm.
just structured society that's built by an organization. This is how you
Yeah.
wake up. This is how you should eat.
They get brainwashed.
Yeah,
No,
no,
literally,
no.
yeah,
They do, they do.
brainwashed.
No, I was actually told by like somebody who was like in army. They were like, we get brainwashed,
No,
and I
but
was like, what?
that's
Everyone is
that's an
brainwashed,
ideological
actually.
thing, right? I'm
Yeah.
talking about a life structural thing
Yeah.
because they're in so much structure. The
Mhm.
moment they come out of that structure and see chaos everywhere, like like you said, how to buy a house, you know, interest rates, or
Mhm.
how to like coordinate with people, talk to people.
Yeah,
That's why you see
yeah.
a lot of like veterans homeless.
Oh, okay. That I didn't know.
There's a direct correlation to that,
Direct
you know.
correlation. I see
Also-
that.
You know what I
I
mean?
can
That's why
imagine that,
they
yeah.
talk about the veterans and there's so many homeless veterans and stuff like that
Mhm.
because again, they don't have the capacity. So some of them, not all of them, some of them, but a lot of the homeless, like the percentage of them, because they're veterans, don't have the capacity to really assimilate back into society.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
society is completely different than the life they live when they're inside this barracks,
So-
or you know.
Yeah.
You mean to say, like when they're in military, there are like less variables that would like impact
It's
their
structured, dude.
functioning, right?
Dude.
But when it comes to society, there are so much variables and so much
Think
like
of it
things
this
to
way. Imagine 30 imagine like from 18, that where you're meant to develop, right? That's where you kind of get into
Yeah, yeah.
society, right?
yeah.
From 18 to let's say 25, 26.
Mhm.
You're in hostel. And that it's not any hostel, a strict hostel,
Yeah.
right? And now at the age of 26, after being in a hostel for that long, you're put in society. Go
Yeah.
live your life.
So as you say, brainwashed, and when you come to society, then you're all messed up. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, but
see
I
that.
wanted to. So sorry to cut you guys off, but I just had this thought. You wanted to know adults what autism look like. Forrest Gump. You guys have watched the movie
Yeah,
Forrest
Forrest
Gump?
Gump, yeah.
That would be like one of the really good
Oh yeah, yeah.
Examples.
examples
Yeah.
because he's awkward,
Mhm.
but people think like, oh, like
He's just weird.
it's just
It's
weird.
just
Yeah.
weird, yeah.
But like turns he just had autism all along. Like I remember when I watched this as a kid, I
Yeah.
was like, I didn't get that he might have autism.
Yeah.
But I watched it again once I was adult. I was like,
Mhm.
I feel so bad for this kid.
There was this other movie with Tom Cruise and was it Sean Penn? Like his Sean Penn is autistic and he just counts numbers really
I
well.
only just seen that movie actually.
Yeah,
I don't
that is
know.
true. That is
Yeah,
true. If
it's a
you're-
really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should watch it.
You should
Okay.
watch it. This one, Tom Cruise was mad young though.
Okay.
Yeah, from when I became his fan from Top Gun.
So coming to that,
Mhm.
as you have already said, so you want to host workshop, and that
Yeah.
is really needed. As I told you,
Yeah.
like I knew about the word autism.
Mhm.
That's really good. Like at least people know about the word,
Yeah.
and they will try to discover something, but didn't get what autism really is or who's really suffering from it.
Mhm.
So what does your workshop really focus on? Can we come back to that one?
Yeah, I think like I said before, it's just like looking for the signs of
Signs,
autism.
okay.
Exactly. And it's like, oh, if someone acts this way towards me or like this behavioral cue or, you know, like if they're socially awkward, etc., like how can I find cues and look for cues in someone where I can kind of like use to my best judgment to say that they are autistic, you know? So I think it's kind of like along those lines.
So, will your workshop also focus on helping autism, who's suffering from autism, to function in daily life? Because I've seen,
I really do hope so. Yeah. I mean, I can only do so much being one person, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
especially at this age, like I don't have that big of a grasp on
I
society
get that,
or
yeah.
even my organization. But I think in long term, I would love to, you know, just like even for example, like my brother, if I can't help him long term, like I'm gonna feel so like less of myself. And I can't even imagine like parents who their only child is autistic and they're scared to have more kids because of that. That's a thing as
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
Once I already have one autistic child, I can't have another one. It's more hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like coming back to like those kind of kids where like at least my brother has me, but those kids have like no one after their
No one
parents
else.
are gone.
Yeah.
Unless they go to like a
How do
the
they
government.
function in like normal life? Because I've seen many autistic kids living
Mhm.
by themselves. I've seen videos of living by
Yeah,
themselves. So
I think that is like depending on like how far up the spectrum
Oh,
you
okay,
are, because
okay,
you can
okay.
be fully like able to do anything, but you're also like autistic. We've talked about, but I think
Okay.
it kind of depends of like if you need a caretaker or if you don't, kind of to be able to differentiate.
So
I
there are
guess.
two differences. I
If you
guess.
want to
Yeah.
see a little bit of autism, I
Mhm.
would recommend Love on Spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know about the show. It's about autistic people.
Did you just say Love on Spectrum?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a dating show, isn't it? About
It
like,
is.
autistic
First of all, what kind of
people.
shows are you watching?
It's a reality TV
Oh
where
yeah, because she's got that fetish with reality TV, right?
Yeah,
What-
yeah.
what is
Love
Fetish.
on
fetish?
fetish?
No, Love
oh, sorry.
on Spectrum.
Love on
Not
Spectrum?
fetish.
I'm
It's
sorry,
Not
maybe.
fetish.
I messed up the word.
No.
I messed up the whole her
No,
having a
it
fetish
really
of real-
shows up like the kind of personality people
Mm-hmm.
have,
Yeah.
and I feel like it really like gives you perspective on how you see them.
Mhm.
It's actually really like it's wholesome.
No,
honestly,
It
that
really is.
It's really wholesome. So
first of all, no idea that show even existed. Thank you for telling me. I am pretty interested in watching it.
It's like how they go on dates, like the first date, how they talk,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
how they
no, that's
interact.
where did you find this?
reality
Online.
TV. So
Like it has to be a channel.
so
Well,
I think,
the reason why I
I
want
think
you
it's
to say
in
it,
one of like the Peacock. Peacock,
okay,
maybe
the
it's
reason
on
why I
Peacock.
want you to say it is
It's
so
one
that
of-
people can
I
actually
think
watch
it's on
it too.
Peacock. I do need to check. It's in one of the streaming services, but I forgot which streaming
Yeah,
services.
that would be important for people to learn how they function in daily
Yeah.
life and how
I
they
think
interact. Because Forrest
Peacock,
Gump is just a
Paramount,
movie,
Hulu,
right?
One
Yeah.
of them, like
Love
Which one
on
is-
Spectrum, guys.
yes.
Yeah.
Apparently, Prapti's #1 show.
It's very wholesome because you really get to see you can see like their expression versus what they're thinking,
Yeah.
Okay.
and it really gives you a perspective on
Yeah.
like, oh, like this is what it is, like
Mhm.
you have to watch it to
I
like
think talking about shows, there's this one show called Atypical.
yep
It's on Netflix, and I've seen that one actually. And it's about a guy who he's really, really smart,
mm-hmm.
but he's one of those autistics where if it's really loud for him, like he always has headphones on him.
Mhm.
So if it's loud, he puts the headphones on, whatever. He's a sister kind of. So whenever I watch it as kind of comparing to my own dynamic with my brother,
Mhm.
because she's living her life with her autistic
Yeah.
brother, right? But
Mhm.
he's like he's verbal, so he can talk and everything. But it kind of shows you like a deep dive of like their parents' lives, their lives. So
Mhm.
guys, I think watch that too. Atypical is really good in my opinion.
Yeah.
And another one is The Good Doctor.
I love that show too. That
Oh,
one's
the one with
The
the
good
young
doctor.
kid, the young kid, but
Yeah.
he figures out like, oh, don't do. Oh yeah, I've seen clips of those on
and it kind
TikTok.
of shows of how smart they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
So
very
it's
smart.
like I think the stigma is not just like I think the stigma that most people have is that
Mhm.
is the nonverbal side
Yeah.
or the one where you have to help them with a lot of like
Mhm.
daily tasks
Mhm.
in life, but there is actually that side of
Yeah, of autism.
autism too,
Mhm.
Yeah.
where that's why like I think these shows, like you said,
Yeah.
it's atypical.
It's very eye opening
Good
too.
Doctor.
You learn
Yeah,
a
because-
lot from
Yeah.
that.
Because Hollywood only makes it like as if they're super duper smart and they're like
Yeah.
getting.
Even Big
Yeah.
Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Even Big Bang Theory, Sheldon is you can clearly see he's autistic.
Mhm.
And
yeah.
Acting.
No, acting as autistic.
I
yeah.
know, but like what I'm trying to say is it's
Like his
not the
character.
actual. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
character, right?
that's
doesn't-
what I'm like. I thought that was
No,
given,
we
but
get it.
okay.
I understood. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was
don't
like,
worry.
I thought it was given, but he took it literally. So,
So
I guess.
yeah,
It's
that's
not-
the I
that's
think I needed to know that because
Mhm.
I think that's how we get to know that they can function easily in normal life, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's a little bit different how we have to treat them, and
Mhm.
they might and we don't have to get upset about it or just treat them as
Yeah,
normal.
yeah.
And also like highlight the reason why I say that is like, highlight the tougher side of it, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because again, Hollywood will always glamorize
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
good side of it, and people might think like, oh, that's what autism really is,
Mhm.
and they will still think at the other side of the other spectrum is like, whoa,
Yeah.
no one told me the autism was also
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
So that's why I was more curious in order
Mhm.
to know the type of show, the one that you said, which was
Atypical?
atypical,
Mhm.
which is like that is a realistic
Yeah,
approach to
yeah,
the show,
Exactly.
and also like how the reality TV about how they actually go on
Yeah.
dates, people who probably talk to other
Yeah,
autistic
that
people
is much more
what they should be.
informative, even,
Exactly.
about actual autism, in my
Exactly.
opinion.
That's my whole thing.
I have a
Wow.
question.
Yeah, sure.
I know you said with Art and Foundation, I think we've really gone through what you
Mhm.
want to do
Yeah.
and the aspects of that.
Yeah.
But within the solutions, what do you
Mhm.
see as challenges
Mm.
in the society? Not
Mhm.
just in, I mean, I think the challenges in US versus the challenges in Nepal are going to be different. And this
Oh,
is
100%. They're
something
gonna be
that you want to
different.
do in Nepal.
Of
So,
course, I
what
think.
are the challenges you see in respect to not just
Mhm.
autism, but
Mhm.
also that Nepal is like a societal country. Like,
Yeah, so I think the
Cultural too.
main difference, like we
Mhm.
all know where it's like everything is, let's say if it's one thing in America, it's 10 times bigger in Nepal. And everyone, the thing that I hate is like everyone just talks so much,
Mhm.
where it's like one small thing turns into the biggest thing in Nepal.
Okay.
And even like for my parents, like we went on to my brother to Nepal one day, but we're just scared to because society there,
Mm.
like we want to put him in a place where he's going to be judged. Why would we take
Mm.
him there just for that reason?
yeah.
So I think the biggest difference would be like people here are more accepting because we're taught to, like, we know to be accepting as a society, and even if we're not, like, if we're given the right resources, we'll learn. But I think in Nepal it's a little bit different where when we go there we kind of see society as if you're not like normal, like pagal, crazy, whatever, and it's kind of hard to shift that stigma because that's what they've grown up with. And I feel like if if for my parents, for example, since they moved to America, their mindset really shifted to kind of like grow and expand. The people there, they're taught one thing from such a young
Mm.
age, where it's so hard to change that perspective if you're not open to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think it's being able to open up your mind into more things, or like your thoughts into more things, of being more accepting. And that's the biggest challenge, where you just open up your mind and understand like the world is not, in one particular line. Like you have to be able to kind of
That
adjust with
bubble.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good. That was a good question. Good
I
response. So,
think what I got from that is America has a more of a monetary problem, and
mm,
Nepal has more of a cultural problem.
It really is. It really is.
okay. So we have less time, but we still, I think, are curious about most of the things to ask our guest.
Mhm.
So we'll do more rapid questions. Like
Okay.
everyone can ask questions to her or each other.
Mhm.
But I need short answers and short questions. What do you think should be changed in the raising awareness in this third world countries? Like, what
Mhm.
difference should be there as you have
I
experienced?
think being more open minded. I think it's teaching people to have an open mind rather than just forcing autism to them first, letting them
Okay.
know like the world is changing outside of them. So you have to change the world as well,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was
in
good.
my opinion.
Prapti?
Oh, I asked, like, the thing is I had questions, but she already answered before
Yeah.
I could even ask the questions. I think she's answered most of my question. But I think we can now take a segue to a different topic. And this is a topic I just found out like right before we started the pod. She does solid core.
Solid core, like
Yeah.
workout.
It's like strength training.
Really?
Yeah. People
Oh.
say it's Pilates, but it's actually not. It's
Worse
more
than
restriction.
Pilates.
It's so much worse than Pilates.
I was like,
Okay.
it's worse than Pilates.
It is. It's
Like,
harder.
it's
Not
harder.
worse, it's
So
harder.
all three of us
Mhm.
should hit to the gym one day and see who's gonna like
Wait,
outlast everybody else.
We'll see. Yeah. I'm
like,
sure you will, because you've been doing Pilates. It's very different. Like okay, you have to understand.
It's
I've
not
never
the
done Pilates.
same.
Strength
it's
training is
it's
so
not-
much more different. Or
Yeah,
weightlifting is so much
exactly.
different than Pilates, because Pilates builds endurance. Like, for
Mm.
example, I can do a
Stamina.
plank for 5 minutes. I don't know if you can. Sorry. Like, see, it's endurance.
Plank
It's
for 5
endurance
minutes?
based.
Is
Plank
that
for,
real?
plank for 5 minutes.
Have you are you challenging
Wait,
us?
Honestly,
Bro,
guys, let's go and we'll see. Let's go solve for together and we'll
I
see.
trust
You
her.
know
I
what?
trust her. I trust
we
her.
need to do like a segment where we just go to gym.
Yeah.
I'm
We-
gonna call
we-
Adarsh.
oh no!
Yeah.
We're gonna go.
We're going to- we're going to
we have to
solid
do a
core.
segment where we all go to solid core,
Yeah.
or even a general Pilates. Let's not take them directly to solid
Core is
core.
hard.
Solid core is
Trust
hard.
me, it's
Like,
really
I've done
I
hard.
solid.
think everyone over here is different. I'm more into like MMA kind of workouts.
Okay.
So mine is using more towards like different kind of. You'll see it's really different and will be hard for you. His is more strength. I cannot lift what he lifts.
No,
You
but-
guys can even imagine what he lifts.
No.
He lifts a
I
lot.
can imagine. Yeah.
I've been doing dead hangs.
Yeah.
So dead hangs is like where it's all
Yeah.
about like you just
Your arm
because
strength.
like no not arm
Your
strength.
body
It's like
strength.
so You know, when you were kids, right? You can
Oh, the
monkey bar,
lat
right?
spinning?
Yeah.
You can
Oh,
monkey bar.
yeah.
Can you do that now?
Yeah.
It's very tough, right?
Yeah.
And one of the and this is something I recently started learning and researching is that as we grow older, we hardly put our hands above our shoulders.
Yeah. Okay.
So that and
Yeah,
it's
you're
really
right.
bad for the shoulder joints. That's why you get shoulder pains, your back, shoulder blades are hurting because gravity is pulling your shoulders down. So if you actually do, let's say, dead hangs just
Yeah.
for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought like I would probably do it for like the way the video says like, oh, you're not going to be able to do it for like 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
The first time I did it, I lasted a minute.
Really?
Yeah, I
Wow,
lasted a minute.
okay.
And I just let my entire body go. I didn't use my core.
Mhm.
I didn't activate it. I just let my spine kind of like stretch all the way down.
Yeah.
It was a great feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And instantly you feel like your nerves and everything is like
It's
it's
like
just so
calm, it's
open,
peaceful.
calm. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
And
I
apparently
usually feel
like
taller after a dead hang.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's no, I checked it.
So everybody is doing dead hangs. I do dead hangs.
Yeah, dead hangs
You know, I'll
is good.
try it
It's really
out.
No,
important.
but like I'm not lying. I do feel taller after I did. It probably fixed my posture a little bit.
Yeah, it fixes
But,
your
It fixes
posture. Yeah.
like I'm really short, so when I put
you
the
don't say.
That's what I realized.
I want to see how
no,
she looks
actually,
when
so
she's
I,
doing
like,
that hang.
walk in and I'm like, you're actually so tiny, but it's the cutest thing ever. It's so cute.
no, you probably like didn't expect that.
I was like, okay, maybe like you're my height, but like you're so tiny. She's actually so tiny, guys. I was like, whoa.
I only laughed after he said he wants
wanna
to see you do dead hangs. How much taller you look.
No,
I wanna
but
see that.
it's true though. Like
Oh man,
I
that's so
could-
rude.
I feel like I used to get like this
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
all the
hunchback
time,
kind
like
of?
a
Yeah.
hunchback. But since I started doing dead
too.
hangs, like the posture has been really good. And the only reason why I know this is because I need a stool to get on top. And
like to
like-
reach things.
Yeah,
Is that what you mean? Okay. Okay.
so I have that bar in my apartment.
Uh-huh.
She
and-
calls a ladder a stool.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Oh, don't be mean. That's so mean.
I wish, like,
Oh,
okay, if you
man.
want to get me a ladder,
Good
like,
times.
please get it because
Yeah.
it would make my life so much
Okay.
easier. I'm always down for a ladder. So what I had was like a stool, and I always had to like I needed to get on top to be able to do the hangs.
Yeah.
But now
Mhm.
if I just like get on my tippy toes,
Mhm.
I can reach,
Okay.
Okay.
and I couldn't do that before. So
It's
I-
working.
it's working.
Yeah.
I mean, I've not gone really. I think it's just fixed my posture.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
know,
straighten
you know
my
what
back.
actually helps too? Chiropractic. When I discovered chiropractic back in 2017,
Mm-hmm.
right? I actually went for 6 months. I actually paid to get my X-ray done to see what
Mhm.
my
Wait, I
what my
have a
posture
silly
was.
question. Like, on TikTok, whenever you're doing that, it's like those like loud like sounds of your bones kind of cracking. Is that how it actually sounds?
Yeah,
or is
yeah,
it
it
not?
does.
Okay.
Because it's just
It
it's just
does.
air. It's actually it's not your bones moving. It's just air
Yeah.
coming out, right?
Okay.
It has a lot to do with your nerves and the
Okay.
first time I did it. And can I tell you?
I was so scared. I've done it once,
Yeah.
and
I'm scared of chiropractic.
No,
I'm
dude.
Yeah, me too. I'm
so
I
scared.
love chiropractor.
Because what if they mess up your
What?
back? I don't know.
love
It's
it.
not the back.
scary.
The doctor was like, "Let me
Mhm.
turn now. It's your next turn." I'm like, "Am I gonna die? Like,
Yeah.
is my neck gonna be ripped
One
off?"
mistake and
And
you're
you're
dead.
dead.
No,
That's what
no.
I'm thinking. I'm like, my back especially.
Exactly.
Like, what if this is the wrong way? And like, I can't walk anymore. I'm scared. Like, I don't know.
Let me take away the stigma. It's not like those like movies. You go, you're just dead.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand the amount of force you need?
Yeah,
to-
but
for
then
that to happen?
like,
I
if
can
they
do that.
do
I
a
can
wrong
do that.
move, then it does
no,
happen.
yes.
Yeah.
What happens is if they somehow hit a nerve, that's where it is,
Okay.
right?
Oh, okay.
But that's why you go to a professional. You don't go to
Okay.
anybody,
Yeah.
right? And I know
But they
there's a lot
tell
of
you to relax, like when they're doing that. And
Yeah.
how am I gonna relax when you're
I'll
like?
be so
Yeah,
tense.
so
but I
that's-
refuse to
that's-
go. I don't want to go. Genuinely,
that's
I'm
the-
glad you enjoyed your experience.
no,
But it's not
no.
for me.
The whole point is you have to be relaxed. The first time I ever did it, I'll
Mhm.
tell you what it felt like. Right? It felt like my body lost 40 pounds. Like 40 pounds
Really?
of weight came off. And another thing is your
Did
movement.
it?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure. I don't know. Maybe.
And it came
He
back.
thinks
It came back.
Okay. Okay.
It came back
okay.
really fast.
So no.
It came back in like 5 minutes.
I'll give her this one because we've been making fun of her height the entire time.
Aw.
I'll give her this one. But it felt like it. Okay. Keyword felt. But another thing I noticed was my neck movement. So when
Yeah.
I was when I was like in college and stuff like that, I always felt like when I moved my neck towards the left, it was stuck.
Oh,
It didn't go all the way 180,
that's so interesting.
but my right side
Okay.
went all the way.
Like,
I was
it would like go all the way back.
no, no, not no, like 180, right?
Okay.
You're supposed to have a
Okay.
180.
Yeah,
180,
it goes all the
180 is a
way.
lot.
Yeah,
180, dude. You're supposed to go like this.
I can.
I
go
think
like
that is 180,
No,
isn't it?
no,
Yeah, that
you're
is-
stuck. No, that's not 180. When I'm see,
Like,
so the
I
thing is like
swear
to
that is.
compensate, you're moving your shoulder.
Oh wait, you're right. Okay. I can't go 180.
Exactly. So that's what I felt. And
Okay.
when I went to the chiropractor, he's like, okay, so you have this muscle tension here, blah, blah, blah. All the
Mhm.
thingamajiggies. The first time he was telling me, I was like, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But the moment he did the first adjustment,
Mm-hmm.
first felt like all that weight came off because the nerves finally got that release.
Oh, it was like
And then when he cracked my
Uh-huh.
neck, I could move my neck all the way to the left, all to the
nice.
right without
Okay.
like having to
Moving
shimmy
your
my shoulders.
Yeah.
So then I went to when I moved to Texas, I went to this in MacArthur. There's this park chiropractor who's this like
Mhm.
I think she was like Indian Muslim chick girl. Like she was a doctor. Sorry.
Chick?
I'm used to girl. I'm sorry.
Chick.
Sorry.
Woman,
Yeah, I'm a
probably?
woman doctor.
Mhm.
Okay, and I took this is up top. This is a New York thing. So I took an X-ray, and it showed like my top part of my spine was kind of crooked. She's like, oh, that's because
Oh,
you're like
okay.
on your chair a lot. You're crouching down and you're doing your work. 'Cause that's what I used to do.
Oh, okay.
And she said, we'll take an X-ray, and then after 6 months, we'll see how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But she said, always try to when you go in the gym, always like put your neck back. Just, you have to do
Yeah.
that
Oh,
because
okay.
it's muscle memory, right?
Yeah. I
Posture,
feel
you
like
have
I'm
to work
getting
on it.
too self-aware about my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm telling you, no, it does you wonders. The more you awareness, right? Awareness. You need to be aware about this, right?
Oh,
Awareness, yeah.
After 6 months, I kid you not, after the X-ray, the way how your spine's supposed to be fixed.
Okay,
And
short
after that-
question. What is the difference between massage and chiropractic? I would go for a massage, but not
Massage just
chiropractic.
feels good.
I think it's always just
Chiropractic.
like you're being calm the entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Now
like,
that's
your
where I can
muscles.
relax.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we go to the next
Massage
segment,
is a good time.
because Prapti wanted to do something fun and it's really dark and evil today. Anyways,
Woo!
Oh, I hated Monday too. That's the worst day of my life.
dark and evil, pick your poison game today. But before we go that,
Mhm.
I would like to know like what type of exercise each one do. So Prapti, what do you do more? Like running, core?
I
What do you
I
focus more
do
on?
Weightlift.
No, why don't you ask which one you hate the most? Because I
I don't hate
most.
most. I accept all types of.
You like
No,
doing
I-
leg?
I-
You like doing
I
leg day?
do.
Yeah, I do.
I actually don't like doing leg day.
I hate
Like
leg
I
day.
don't.
But
Okay.
Girls
people
normally
need to
love leg
know
day.
like what you do
I
more,
don't.
what you focus on more, like
I
sports.
do a lot of like weight training.
Okay.
Mhm.
However, I try to run 10 minutes
Okay.
That's good.
Cardio
just
is
to
really
make
important,
sure
too.
I'm not.
At what speed?
I
Two?
don't know. So the max I have
A
been
little,
able
say.
to run, but I do like 1 minute 30 second, 1 minute 30 second, like kind of have.
Or burst out speed.
burst out
burst out
speeds?
speeds.
Yeah, that's
so
good. That's good.
the highest I've gone is 8, but
Mhm.
that's like too much for my little legs. So
Oh, at least you're trying. I think that's
No,
what
no.
matters the most, my
That's
opinion.
really good.
it's true though.
That's good. 8 is
She
good for
probably
you.
looks
yeah.
like Roadrunner while she's walking in
She's
eight.
No, I have
zooming. She's
actually-
zooming on
I have
that.
actually taken a video.
I
Because
want to see that video.
I really,
Yeah.
I deleted it immediately.
Okay.
It looks so funny, guys. Like it just
Imagine.
looks so funny.
When we
It
do that
looks like I'm like a
challenge-
horse hopping.
Oh my god.
When we do that challenge, I want to see her run on the treadmill.
So your is more a little bit of cardio
Cardio and then
and more of
abs.
strength training.
Yeah, and I do
Okay.
abs too.
Nice.
So core
Yeah,
workout.
Okay.
core
So
workouts
what
too.
about you?
So, solid core right now, definitely like Pilates.
What is that? What is Pilates anyways? I don't know what Pilates is.
I really wanna take these guys to
basically, I'll
Pilates.
like, give you an explanation of what kind of solid core is. So you're on a reformer, and there's two sides, and there's this thing called the carriage, where the carriage is not still; it's always moving.
Uh-huh.
So depending on how long you've been doing solid core for, is how many springs you can have attached for what kind of exercise. So for core, for example, if you've done more than 100 classes, you get no springs at all. So you have no I guess
Resistance.
support.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Not
okay.
resistance, but support.
Okay.
So what happens is, for example, doing a plank, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you're on like the side that it's sturdy, and then your toes are like kind of on a line where it's kind of right before the carriage ends. So you have to use a lot of core strength to like pull yourself like together. And then
Mhm.
there's the exercise of like you have to like pick yourself up, but only using your core while doing a plank. So
Mm.
it's super hard.
So you even do like simple core exercises to
Mhm.
even support because only pushing to the extreme is not good, right?
And
You know
you
what? I
start
kinda-
with beginner.
Yeah, you start with like springs, like I said. So
Okay.
depending on what level you are, so either 25, there's one like different kind of spring, like 20 up to 50, one spring,
And
like
then you
100
might have
more.
to like even put the what do you call it? The straps in your leg, and like leg should
Like
control
you can do
your
all
movement for
modifications,
like
like whatever you need.
Yeah.
You don't have to start with like more hardcore stuff, you know.
I know
so
you were
you can
thinking
So
you
more
can
core.
do
that.
it.
More
No,
core.
I'm not-
Any cardios?
First of all, it's not
Wait,
me.
that
I
is
think
like a
he thinks
mixture
he
of
can do it.
cardio.
Oh, okay.
Like whenever you do solid core, it's a mixture of everything. Like you can do legs, full body, but I also like what I like doing is I do solid core 3 times a week, and then I do like weightlifting twice.
Oh, okay. So you
So
mix,
whatever
mix
muscle
leg
group
day?
that I don't hit, no, technically not really. So you know how it's like full body, like whatever workouts during solid core,
Okay.
whatever muscle I don't hit during those workouts, I work out at the gym. So I hit every part of my body at least.
And then you can like when you do these classes, because there's classes,
Mhm.
and you have somebody teaching you on how to do.
The coach,
Yeah,
you have an
the
instructor,
coach.
yeah.
So what happens is you have like arms and upper body, full body. So
Okay.
you get to choose from the classes, but they have like one I think in what's the Pilates, the most popular Pilates thing, the chain, Pilates studio. What is it?
Club Pilates.
Club Pilates.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have like 1.5, 2,
Mhm.
and those are levels. So if you are
It's like
getting
where you wanna
better,
start. Yeah.
yeah, but you start with one, and they always ask you if this is your first class because you know you don't want to hurt your body too
Yeah,
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
it is
really
scary.
fun,
Push it to the
and it's
extreme in the
fun
first
though.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fun though.
After you get used to it, it's so fun. It's like whenever I work out now, or if I go there, it's like completely blank for 50 minutes where I can just work out and think about nothing else. It's so
I think
nice.
your body feels really good
Oh,
after.
it feels amazing.
So what do you guys do after workout? Do you do some yoga or stretches?
Yeah, I always stretch like before and after my workouts. That's what makes me feel better. Or
Okay.
I just like drink a protein shake. Depends.
Oh, okay. What about Shushan? What do you do?
I do a little bit. I have one day where I do like chest. Well, I go like chest and triceps, and then
So
I'll
more
do-
strength.
No, like one day will be chest and triceps,
Okay.
which I'll go max it out, and then the next day will be shoulders and biceps, and then it'll be.
So you have like a split of like what
I have
you
a
do
split,
basically.
and
Okay.
then like I'll alternate like core along with that for
Yeah.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Yeah.
But my third workout will be like the Thursdays will be all core.
Okay.
So that's like planks, mountain
Cool.
climbers, or
Okay.
you hang myself, I pull my legs up.
Yeah.
So those are the the videos I sometimes
So
post.
body weight work. Body
like
weight.
more like body weight
Okay,
workout.
cool.
I've been I used to do P90X3.
Yeah.
That's why I was been waiting for Sam to give it to me because he got it by paying.
Mm.
Those videos like I want to do more of that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And as I have like kind of gotten
Progressed.
older,
Yeah.
and I don't really focus on heavy weights. I
Yeah.
just focus on more reps just to get that stamina.
Yeah. Okay.
And
fun.
I don't like doing leg days, but I do it.
Really, I love like
Where's your
I
back
love leg
day?
days.
Love
Where's
leg
your
day.
back
Back day too, like but I'm just saying I just skip back day and just
I
like went
don't
to like
enjoy
high eight
leg
leg
days
day.
a lot.
No, back days are there. I mean, but the thing is that you're technically when you do chest presses, you're still working out your back.
Yeah.
It's just that I just incorporate 2-3 more exercises alternately
Oh.
in those days to do
Okay.
back. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when you're doing chest, you are working out your back. And
Yeah, you are.
a lot
working
of
out the
times, a
back.
lot of people also forget when you're doing chest, you're working out your
Shoulder.
your
Shoulders too,
no,
yeah.
your front delts, but your rears also need help. So that's why when you do chest flies,
Mhm.
you also have to do the opposite so that your back,
Kinda evens out.
evens out.
basically?
Yeah,
Okay.
So
I
those
don't
are-
think
Interesting. I didn't
women
know
do
about that.
real delts.
No, it's supposed to. If you're going
You're
to.
supposed to, yeah.
When you're doing chest, you're automatically working your
Front delts.
front delts. It's just
Okay.
automatic.
It's the part of the shoulder.
Yeah,
Middle
because-
delts, front delts,
Yeah,
and
okay.
Because you're using like, you're going to turn it off and not do your chest progress. It's not going to happen. You're still
Yeah.
going to use your
Okay.
arms.
Turn
right?
it off.
Turn it off.
Yeah, exactly.
turn it off.
I'm just saying you can't do that, right? It's activating regardless.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't realize this. And then I think my biggest issue right now for me is metabolism slows down. So that's something
I'm
like
so scared.
it
when it slows
sucks.
down. Oh
It
my
sucks.
God.
When I was in university, dude,
Mhm.
I could
Okay.
eat anything and I was ripped.
Okay. For
That's
me,
what I
it's
enjoy.
more. I used to do MMA more,
Yeah.
so I used to just do MMA workout. But since I've come here, I have to join the gym because I'm not taking an MMA classes. So it's more focused on like sports type of workouts
Yeah.
that boost your sports and like basketball. I do basketball after I work out, like
Mhm.
15 minutes, and do like mostly core
Yeah.
and the strength workout, and that's it. That's
Do you
what
play
I
any
Nice.
sports?
I used to do dance in high school,
Okay, sorry.
but for me, it's like my only kind of like sport, as you could say.
So dance is in like Nepali style dancing or more
Yeah,
like
more of
break
like
dancing?
like high school like dance team dance, where I would
okay.
take dance classes. I can do like
Okay.
lyrical, jazz, contemporary, like whatever it is.
You have a competition.
Oh, me?
Okay.
No.
Anyways, guys, we have almost come to the last sections of our
Pick your poison. Dark edition.
and we have
I hope you are sensitive about the ones that you've done because you remember we had to like skip pick your poison in one
no, I'm not
episode.
sensitive in this. Just go dark.
Okay, just
Okay.
go dark.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have some questions. I think you haven't seen our the pick your poison. So you have to pick among the two choices. You have to pick
Okay.
one.
Okay.
And if you don't, there are questions in the last that we will be asking you personal questions.
okay.
The
And just like we can set this very forward, you
Yes.
have to answer it directly, and then
Okay.
you have to give the name.
exactly, and don't like
Did Prapti
turn it
help you
around
create this?
360.
No.
Okay, she didn't help you create this because I have a feeling she is.
Why you always feel like I have
So
something
the
to do
rules
with
of the
this.
games are: listen to the statement. Each option is terrible. Both options are terrible. You just have to choose one. You must
Both
choose.
options terrible. Yeah.
Penalties for of not answering a question is truth questions
Okay.
about yourself.
Go rapid fire, guys.
Okay. Go rapid fire because we don't.
Are you
have
going in
any-
order or like how? Do
Yeah,
we-
each person has to choose. Like I'll pop up a question. Each one has to choose one option among the two. Okay.
Okay,
So
Cool.
first one:
it's been a while.
keep a life-saving secret that ruins an innocent person's reputation. Expose the truth and a guilty person walks free.
Oh my goodness.
Which would you pick?
Damn, that is messed up, dude. That's like a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's pick your poison. One poison.
Honestly, I'd rather expose the truth
Me too.
And a guilty person walks away.
because a poor person, like I can't imagine like someone else, like you know what I mean. Like that's worse in my opinion. If someone's innocent, it's happening to them.
What if he's guilty for murder?
Murder, rape, this kind of stuff.
But then it's an innocent person.
But it's only reputation.
That really messes with people. Reputation is a lot for a lot of people.
I
It's
feel like
society.
reputation can be fixed in time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a guilty person can also be caught on
But he's
time.
guilty and never paid the crimes. The
But if you're
Mhm.
exposing the truth,
So if you're exposing the truth, then the guilty person is not really guilty.
yeah.
Right?
no,
Yeah,
no, no,
that's what I
no.
was
It's not
going
that
with.
way. He
Oh.
walks free even you expose the truth.
Oh, it's just like
But then society would know that he's like guilty. is
Yeah.
what
Like,
you're saying?
Yeah.
oh, hold on a second.
Okay,
like,
then yeah.
Like O.J.
yeah,
Simpson.
then
I
yeah,
expose
expose
Like
the
OJ
truth.
like
yeah.
OJ
But he didn't get
Simpson.
his punishment though. Those people know, right?
People know at least. Like,
Okay,
come
yeah,
on.
okay. I will go with B. O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. See?
Sandeep Lamit, honey.
Okay.
Recent case.
Oh.
We have to talk about that topic next time, but we need to
Yes.
know more. I
You know
I've
what?
told, I
I would
promised Papi.
love to have like Prapti doing all girls and
Yeah.
you know talk about that.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't even know who he is.
Yeah, but
And
like, don't
sh-
worry, I'll give a whole like.
And she has to
background.
guide us in that, so even a little bit of male opinion should be there. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll
but
get
finding out the
everything for
truth
everybody,
and
don't
who's
worry.
guilty or who's not
You're
guilty.
there.
Okay, I'm there. Yeah. So
I
all
did
of you
speak to him
choose
once.
option B,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one. Publish a cure, but you'll be hated as a thief of credit.
Okay.
Keep the data. Nobody is cured, but your name stays clean.
A.
Yeah. A.
This is not even dark. This is like
This is simple.
this is like me just being like you know sacrificing myself for the greater good of humanity,
Okay.
and only few people know that I'm that cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like you guys. Pick A.
You can erase a trauma, but you also erase who it made you. Keep it,
Ooh.
and it defines every major decisions.
B.
I'd rather keep it.
B.
You would like
Yeah,
to keep
You
it?
won't-
Yeah.
Yeah. You
How's
wanna
this
keep
dark,
your
It,
dude?
it
trauma.
defines who I am as a person. You
It's
know?
just
So
name
might as
dark.
well-
because
Didn't darken it. She's
It's
not
just the
dark.
background is
It's just
dark.
the background.
Yeah, okay.
Neon lights dark. I was like, how's this
The
dark?
first one was dark, but the other ones are fine. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Guarantee your child's success by secretly sabotaging another's.
Mhm.
Play fair and accept your child's failure.
Play fair.
You play
Play
fair.
fair.
No
Tell us who your child is. Like,
Whoever
worry
picks the
about it.
first
Like, come
one,
on.
whoever picks the first, you know what? I'll pick the first one. You know what?
All you.
Just
I
because,
will not be surprised.
You know what? You know what? Because his choice is so lame, I'm not going to pick one so that I want to get that personal question for myself.
Oh, wait, you know what? Yeah, we should do that. Just bring
Yeah,
a question,
yeah.
make it fun.
Yeah.
So,
clearly you're like.
but
this is
a
not
lot
hard
of
enough.
people guarantee their child's success by secretly sabotaging. Actually, that's real. The people do that.
Yeah, they
maybe
do.
South Asian
Yeah.
fan.
South Asian people, maybe, yeah. Even Nepalese people will do it, actually.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
even
Like
people here
celebrities,
would
I've
do it.
heard,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Even though
Even
people
people
choose
do
the
it.
second option always, but people
But
will
I'm
do the
going
first
to
option.
pretend
Then.
I didn't pick one.
Pick the dark option. They remember everything but are miserable
Wait,
with
but
you.
this one does suck.
Okay,
I
let me
don't
see.
know.
Your partner forgets you completely but is happy. They remember everything but are miserable
I
with
chose
you.
Bro, bro,
I chose B. I chose B.
Like, oh my god.
Oh my god, that's
How
so.
dare you forget me?
Oh, yeah, how dare you?
yeah.
You have to be miserable
Girls versus
now.
boys.
Exactly.
Are you serious about that?
Yes.
That's the guy is being
girl
a
versus
hopeless
boy.
romantic. Like, I want my partner to be happy because clearly that person thinks about it. Isn't that what you guys want?
But I want to be with me. Like,
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
fun.
But you won't even know that because you
Have
completely,
you
you
not
completely
heard-
forget that person, right?
Have you not heard
Wait, hold
Kill
on.
Bill by
Your
SZA?
partner forgets. Yeah,
your partner, you forget me. I don't forget you.
No,
Yeah.
it says your partner forgets you completely.
Yeah,
it's
but
actually-
I am not
see,
forgetting.
They forget me, but I wouldn't forget them. You know what I mean?
no, it says if your partner
Yeah, your
forgets
partner.
you,
So like my
So the partner,
boyfriend
you're
will
gonna
forget
remember
me,
the
but
partner. The
I also
partner is not
remember
gonna
him.
remember you. Yeah.
your partner forgets you completely.
He
but
forgot
he's-
English.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
how to
okay, okay,
English.
Oh, okay.
Now,
What is
like,
No,
happening?
but I'll still.
Nah, you
I'll
were
still- I'll still be happy.
contemplating
No,
on
I'm
me.
sorry,
I
but
know. I know you were.
I
miserable with
cannot.
me,
I
I don't
cannot
care.
be miserable with someone for the rest of my life.
No, you're not miserable. They are.
yeah,
Yeah, but then
I
being
would make them
miserable-
happy somehow. It's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I'll
that
fix
doesn't
it.
make sense.
I'll fix it.
There's no fixing.
There's
There's no fixing.
There's no fixing. That's it.
He's a man. He's fine. Like, he'll live. Like,
See, that's why I said girls versus
Wow,
boys.
dude.
Nah, if they're
Comment
that
section.
miserable,
I need my
they
guys to
can-
back
they
me
can
up.
still remember
No, guys.
me and
Yeah.
leave me and be okay with it.
You know what?
Exactly.
I am the sacrifice kind of guy, so I would.
it's all you.
Yeah, I would
Sorry,
pick
Take
A.
it. Take it away.
Okay. Someone chose
All of us.
one question for each.
Yeah, we pretended.
Yeah, we
Okay.
pretended.
Are you gonna give it to us? Like, are you gonna choose?
So
like-
Sushant can choose for the two girls, and two
Okay.
girls can choose for Sushant.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
You're playing this too.
Wow.
Okay, I
No,
can-
I'm not playing.
He
I
never
made
does.
these questions.
There's some bad questions there. My goodness.
Yeah, you can choose that for your
Let me see,
opponent.
what's a-
I know what to ask. Sushant.
Well, hold on a second.
I'm
I
trying to
know.
I can ask you
know.
guys too.
We have
I
less time. Go
Can I pick
fast.
the
Wait,
question?
wait,
Can I pick
hold
the
on, hold
question?
on.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
I
you
pick
can
the
pick the
Let
question.
me even see the questions,
Which one do
dude.
you want?
What's the line to permanently cheat someone else's life?
About someone
Which
you
relation do you
care about.
maintain?
Okay, you can
Out of
ask.
guilt,
Go
not
for
love?
it.
I think
What's the
that's
worst
yeah.
thing you've done for
Okay.
your status?
My question, our question for Sushant is going to be: what's the ugliest thought you've had about somebody you claim to care about, and don't
What do you
forget to
mean
make
ugliest
name
thought?
drop.
Ugly.
What's the ugliest thought you've had about someone?
Okay.
claim.
Do I still care about them?
Yes, you
claim.
claim.
You
But don't
claim,
like
but you
them,
don't,
claim.
It's just like a secret.
I don't pretend to like care about someone that I don't.
But like, what's the ugliest thought you've had at somebody you really care about? We don't mind if you name drop them.
Ugliest thought that I cared about or claim to care about. So if
Mhm.
I'm claiming to care about them,
Mhm.
that means I genuinely don't care about them.
Yeah,
So
you're
you
just
just say to
acting
people
like
like
you
you care about them, but you actually in your heart don't.
You're
I
just like,
don't
"Oh,
do that
I-
though. Here, I'll give you another chance. Ask another question because I'm not that kind of person.
I told you he does this.
No, I swear to God, like
Come on, I'm playing the game.
I don't. If I care about someone, I care about. If I don't care about them, I tell them I don't like you. Like that's how I am.
Okay.
You know.
I have another one.
I failed.
Okay, yeah, ask it.
We picked the second one then. Which relationship do you maintain out of guilt, not love?
Which relationship do you maintain out of guilt?
And not love.
Hmm.
Name, please.
Yeah.
Name drop.
Name drop.
Yes.
Name drop.
Yes.
Truth.
This is juicy.
I'm trying to
guys.
see if I don't do anything out of guilt. If I,
See, this is what I'm talking about. He always messes this game up.
You have to be honest.
Yeah.
If you want us to be honest, you have to be honest first.
Exactly.
I am being honest. I don't like.
Ask
if I
us
don't like-
questions.
I'm so straightforward. Like if I don't like you anymore, I'll be like, I don't like you anymore. Like that's the type of person I am. You need to pick a
Okay.
better
But-
one.
Okay,
Papi.
fine. Then, okay. Who do you envy the most and why does it sting?
Name drop. Since you've skipped so
No,
many questions.
no answer. No Trump.
No more other questions for
And
you.
you
I'm
can't
sorry,
say
you're
stuff
done.
like
we've asked you
Cristiano
three-
Ronaldo.
No,
we've asked you three
Trump.
questions.
Like no celebrities, please.
Yeah.
Who do I envy the most, and
Mhm.
why does it sting?
No celebrities. Because
Someone
I
in your
feel like he's
life.
gonna say something like Ronaldo or something like
No,
that.
You
well,
can't say that.
Yeah, you can't say
I want to
that.
envy. I want to envy.
No
Like, he's a
celebrities, no
person too,
celebrities.
you know.
No celebs.
Who do I
People that are close
envy?
to you.
I guess like not in a bad way, but I envy like my cousins who have a family or kids,
Okay.
Okay.
because that's something that, I guess I kind of want, and it's kind of stings because that's something you don't get to really experience personally,
Okay.
but I'm glad that I get to experience with them. I think that would
Yeah.
be the best way to put it.
Oh.
Yeah. It just turned into oh,
No,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. I know.
'Cause
Sad, sad
I'm good at
moment.
like that. I'm good like that.
Okay, now Sushant to the
big for us.
Oh,
No, he
I have
skipped so
one.
many
I have one for
questions.
property, then I have one for RA
Okay.
too.
Okay.
Okay. Um, what part of yourself for property? What part of yourself do you pray your kids never inherit?
My height.
Aw.
that was a straight answer.
That was
how
like
tall are you?
so
Like, actually,
easy.
what's your height?
She's
4'11".
4'9".
Okay.
Oh, you said
4'11".
4'9". That's with
I
heels.
never said 4'9".
4'11". Okay.
4'11".
She's on that spectrum.
Oh my god.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
It's okay.
I just wanted her to hear. That's
No,
all.
but like honestly,
Can I ask you another one since you got like 3 chances?
okay, whatever.
Well, I'm gonna go to RA.
It was
next.
not even that hard.
You know what? I'm gonna ask the same question to both of you. That's how I'm gonna make it easier.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what part of yourself do you pray your kids never inherit?
To me too.
Yeah,
Oh
same
god.
thing. I'm gonna ask the same question because you guys went 3, so I get to ask 3, right? Right?
You never
I
answered
mean, you never
2
answered
questions,
both, like,
but
oh,
okay.
forget
Go
that.
I was being
on.
honest. I was being honest. See, that's why you have to ask the questions. I'm
He
gonna
was
teach
not
you
being
guys.
honest. I
Yeah,
know his
I
life.
Get the hell out of here! I was being
I
very
know.
honest.
I know since
I feel
him
like he
since
was
childhood,
not being-
right? He was
Okay.
not being
What was
honest.
I not honest about? Okay, you know what? Don't make it about
It's
you.
fine. I think for me, it's like whenever I was little, I used to be really fat, like really, really fat. So I have a
No,
really...
not previous.
No, no,
right
no,
now,
like
right
my,
now,
like,
right
bad
now.
metabolism.
No. Okay,
I
metabolism.
don't want them to have a bad metabolism.
You don't
'cause
want them to have a bad metabolism?
No, I don't want them to inherit that from me.
Why
See, it sounds like your metabolism is perfectly fine.
No, it's not. I'm really
She
like
knows her
self-conscious,
metabolism more than
about my
anyone.
diet and everything. So now
Okay,
it's
okay,
fine, but like,
okay.
I don't want them to like inherit that. I guess.
Okay, go to the next one.
Okay, hold on.
One more
give you
question and we're
chance.
done.
No, I want to ask 2 more.
Okay.
It's fine. I'll give extra 10 minutes is good. Oh, yes.
I'm so scared.
Propti.
Yeah.
What apology do you owe but refuse to give?
I say sorry so much. I don't think.
I've
There's
never heard you say sorry.
I've
I
never
see.
heard
She
that.
just said it. What do you mean? Like,
No.
I say
She
sorry
claims
when
that she
I-
says sorry a lot, but we have never. Have you heard it?
No.
No.
It's
Yeah.
because I haven't done anything to
Exactly.
say sorry to you.
Okay,
So.
yeah, exactly,
sorry.
exactly.
That
I'm
is
sorry.
literally but refuse to give. She's still
Now you
refusing.
Here you go.
damn.
Right now,
Oh,
I refuse to say
to
sorry
everybody
to
she
you.
owes an apology for. You're never gonna get it.
No, but I think like when you
Be
do-
honest.
Okay, be honest. Like, I think there are apologies that I haven't given on time.
I see. Okay.
But eventually I have. However, it's been in situations where it's not that I know for a fact. I was supposed to get an apology in return as well.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And that's an off-camera discussion.
I love how it's like I should have received one.
Yeah, duh. It's
agree.
true.
The second last one.
No, wait. She needs to answer the same question. What about you?
Oh my goodness. Oh,
It's a lot.
I know. Like I haven't done it either. I'm like I feel like whenever I have to say sorry, I do say sorry.
God is watching
Yeah,
you, so
exactly.
truth questions.
Yeah. No, like
God is watching you.
He knows everything.
an apology, I guess, to like.
But refuse to give.
someone in my past, like in high school, maybe that I was mean.
Maybe? No, no,
I'm
no,
so
maybe.
sorry.
Hold on, no,
like,
hold
if I
on.
was rude to you,
You owe an apology, but you haven't. You choose not to give that apology.
I don't have one like that. Like,
Okay.
I guess
I
someone
think
way back in
sometimes
school or
we-
something I was mean to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
Like, you're mean to someone.
Maybe like I don't
You-
know.
You
if I was.
never know. Like people
Yeah.
are gonna think of it in such different
she-
perspectives.
She sounds.
You know,
like she
have
has
you ever heard
worries.
of like a RBF? like rich, like
resting bitch face.
Mhm.
So I feel like people always say I have that, and they're like,
He just looked
and
at
they're
me.
like-
It was like when we said RBF.
like,
Oh,
what
you
is
don't
that?
have an RBF.
Really, people always said that I have. Like I've had one. So I guess like whoever thought I was for mean, I'm sorry, I'm not that mean. Like I guess
No,
it's, like,
I have
apologizing
I have an RBF.
Oh, yeah.
I
You don't have to
remem-
tell us twice.
But I'm in university actually. Fun fact: like there was a friend of mine, not friend, acquaintance, coworker, colleague.
Okay.
Who she owes an
no.
apology to, huh?
No, I don't. Actually, I think they would owe me an apology because they said,
That's a guy.
Uh-huh.
That's
yeah, because they said, Prakti, you look like a bitch.
Oh.
But turns out you're a nice person.
Oh, okay.
That was
I've gotten that too, though. I've gotten
straight
that
in
a
my
lot.
face, straight to
Yeah.
my face.
Like you look mean. You really
If people
do.
would really answer the like. I
no,
think
but
truth
but
would
but
come
these,
out.
some of them are situational. Like for
Yeah.
example, I genuinely like the first two questions. Like I personally don't believe that in the first place. Like I've done that. All right, last one for both of you. What's a lie you told that permanently changed someone else's life, positive or negative?
Oh God.
I picked the good ones, baby. That's how it
Um,
is. That's how I do, guys. That's how I do. I
What's a good
pick the
lie?
right
I mean,
questions.
I know what I've lied about.
Okay, that's changed someone's life.
Okay,
Yeah.
you answer.
Is
why
it good or
you-
bad first?
It
Bad.
was good for me.
It's bad
Was it
for
good
the,
for- was it
it
good
wasn't
for
good for.
them?
It's not for them. It's if it's good for them or bad for them.
I mean, they could have turned their life around depending on how they want to react to the
Yeah.
situation. It's not my fault.
Okay, why are you making it about their fault? What was a lie that you told? Don't lie. Don't make it up. But it changed your life. It could be for good reasons or bad
No,
reasons.
I told somebody in my past that I can't be with them.
Mine's just similar. I was gonna like say a similar thing. Yeah.
Wow. Please. Was
But
it?
I was also with like a child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still a child. No, but the thing
Get
is,
to it.
like, it's not that it was
What was the lie?
fully
What-
lie. It was a half lie.
Don't justify. Don't
It
justify.
was a
Tell the
half
lie first.
No, I just said like I use my I guess use my family as a
Kind of like a scapegoat.
a scapegoat,
basically.
yeah.
Okay.
I used a family reason as a scapegoat to get out of a situation.
Mhm.
What was that situation?
Was it with like a guy asking you out
my
or whatever?
Dad watches the podcast.
Your dad has watched
um,
all your episodes.
shh.
He's not gonna mind. She's an
No.
she's an adult.
No, but like yeah, it was to escape a
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Were you dating him already?
Yeah, kind of.
And you wanted to break up with him and use your family as an excuse to break up with
Yeah,
him?
because
Wait, that's so valid though. Like,
but like
sometimes,
I was
you
like,
just
how do
can't
I
be with
tell them I don't
somebody.
like them?
Oh my god!
It's hard to
But
tell
that's
someone
not
you
new
don't
though.
like them.
Yeah, it's something that like a lot of people do, and especially when you are like young, you do that because you don't know
Yeah.
how to handle situations. So
To
that's
make
like
you
the best
feel
way to get
properly
out.
better, I have done that too.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, exactly. We all
I'm
do
very
it.
disappointed.
Like my answer's gonna be the same thing. Like as you.
My family
said.
doesn't accept you like those kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Get out of
exactly.
it.
That's
And
like
then,
the easiest way to
truth,
get
and
out
truth
of
be
it.
told, my family actually does not. So
Yeah. there
like
you
I
go.
and in the way I was also feeling guilty about the fact that like, oh my god, am I disappointing my family
Mhm.
by
being with
like
this
just
person.
being like
So first of all, you never asked your family. So
No.
you never know what your family would
no,
feel
no,
like.
I
So
don't have
it's a
to
lie.
ask. Like
You
I
kinda
grew up with them.
assume,
You
you know what I
know,
mean?
you
Like,
just
what they
know
want, what they like.
exactly.
You kinda
You know.
Okay,
assume.
All right,
Same question to her.
What about you?
So I think something about a guy. So it was like this year, like earlier this year.
You cannot give the
And-
same answer though.
No, it's very different. It wasn't
Okay.
family related at all. I just said that I was over my ex. I was like, I'm sorry. Like we're
You
still.
were- you said
but
what?
I was still not over my ex, and I was like,
Oh.
oh, I'm so sorry. Like we're still in contact.
Oh, I have
Like you know what I mean? I was
I
like,
haven't-
I'm sorry. Like I'm still not over this one person. So how
So
could
you
I be with
lied,
you?
but
And
you
I
were
just
over it.
realized the X card always works so well because
Oh.
no
That's
guy
true.
wants to be a part
That
of
is so true. I forgot. Like
Don't do
recently,
that.
I've actually said stuff like,
You asked
Oh,
for the worst lie that I said. So like,
no. One of the
I hope
things
he
that
watches this. Be like,
one of
I
the
saw your
things that I
podcast,
always
by the way."
say, one of the things that I always say is, it's not you, it's me.
I hate seeing that line. Though. It's so generic.
I know it is, and I'm like, I know it's so cliche, but trust me, like it's not you, it's me.
actually me. It's my issue. Like,
But it's
They're
actually
teaching
them
people
all
how
the
to
time.
do
Like,
But that's more wholesome saying it's not you, it's me. That's more wholesome than saying
think
I'm not over my ex. What the
So,
Over here, oh, my
since-
Now
family
I should
hates
use
your
that,
guts.
you know? I should
my
use
God.
that.
Think about it.
I should start
Like,
using that.
I'm
works
going
really well.
to simplify it, right? This one over here, the little one says, "My family hates your
little
guts. My family hates your guts. That's why I can't be with you." And the other one's like, "I'm still not over
It
my
was not my family hates your guts because like I was just like I just think I am disappointing my family.
Oh, but that's like heartfelt, though. It's like your entire family coming to play.
I didn't say disappointing my family. I just said my family is a problem.
No, but I did say like
Hold on a
I
second.
was feeling a little bit
Okay,
disappointed.
like-
Like I feel like I was being a
Let me
disappointment.
switch it, okay? Let me switch it.
But I know like there was
Prapti,
like
listen
half
to me.
lie.
Listen to me. I want you to hear it, okay? From the guy's perspective, okay? Prapti, me dating you will disappoint my family.
I'm invalid.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's
haven't
also
heard
a
that. That
simple thing to
stings.
say in Nepali society.
That
People
really
are so
The thing
separate.
is like
That
yeah,
stings.
exactly. If
That's
you
not a
were
big thing in Nepal-
like
Nepali
if you're in
society.
Nepal,
Yeah.
people like the major like one of the common reasons people break up is family.
Family.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
I get it. I
literally.
get it.
Especially
But
in like
okay,
South Asian households.
No, that I understand if it gets to
That's
that
why
point.
I said half
but you didn't let
lie.
it get to that point, you know?
Like that's why I said it's a half
Okay,
lie.
before we close up, since Sushant asked 6 questions, you guys get one
It
more
was-
question to ask Sushant.
First
It
of
can
all,
be
it was
anything.
3.
Oh.
It was anything.
It was 3.
But
I,
like,
And you
some
didn't answer
questions.
2 questions though.
Yeah.
I answered both of them.
I am the game master, so I
Okay,
give
you
them
know
one more
what?
chance.
Yes.
You know him better,
Yes.
so ask him a juicy question.
Juicy
please.
questions. You can make your own question. Anything.
I've actually been
Just-
introduced to a new juice.
Oh my god.
No.
Okay.
It's just because I picked the better questions that that made them.
No,
think.
they answered truth. They answered
I
like
answered truthfully.
Oh,
No, you didn't.
You didn't even
Oh,
answer the half the questions.
Can I spice it up?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Just so he
please,
can
please
like
spice it
get
up.
in like some like maybe. How many people are you dating currently?
This is so good.
How many people I'm dating currently?
Yeah, like,
True.
like
Going out
currently, like
with.
shoot, go like you're talking to like on like in the dates, like going on dates. How many
Like,
people?
or even texting, like texting.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
you
no.
know what? I could just like say whatever. And,
That was a
do
really
that.
good question.
See,
That was a
No,
really good
hey,
question.
you didn't say anything
God
else.
is watching you.
We
Yeah.
had to be
Hey God,
truthful.
thanks. I guess like like whatever, bro. 20,000 girls at the same
No,
time.
no,
Come
no.
on,
Give
man.
us an honest number.
They give
I
honest
heard
answers, man.
answer.
At least it's fair to give honest.
Obviously, if you're going to talk to someone, you're going to talk to one person, right?
I feel like
you don't
at the
have
way he
to.
said 20,000, it was
20.
like
20 girls.
Dramatic effect.
20,000.
Dramatic effect. Okay. No, but
Give us a number, then we close.
what number do you want to hear, Mike?
I don't want to hear any.
An honest and
Mike.
truthful
honest.
number, please.
I'm going to. Just one person. It's fine. Just one.
Just
person.
one.
Just
Okay, right now, like in this
Right now.
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
One person.
Lucky girl.
Now our fan
Whatever it
tried.
is.
Talking. It's talking.
I
talking,
tried.
You know.
Okay, closing.
What are you talking about? You tried. Why would I lie about that? That doesn't make sense. You know what? Just
everyone
just
he's
to throw-
talking
I don't
to.
know
just
you
to
like that.
throw everybody up and spice it. 5.
No.
Actually,
He's
okay.
saying one because like everybody who's gonna see it, they're gonna be
That's
like, "Oh, he's
true.
talking
I'm the
about me."
lucky girl.
He's
It's me.
talking about me.
I'm gonna get like a
the only
series of
one.
messages now. Like, is it me? Is it me? Is it me? Is it
Yeah.
me?
So, anyone dating Sushant, just message news nonsense and more, and then we'll
And
find it out.
We'll give you the
We will,
tally.
yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
sure.
give you
Yeah,
the
go ahead,
stats.
message. It's gonna be like silent for like a very long time.
Aw.
Okay.
Yeah. that's
So
how
the
it is.
closing.
It was a very fun episode, and I feel
Yeah.
like there's a lot more. We didn't get to like talk about your like obsession with Kylie Jenner.
Oh, I love Kylie Jenner. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
King Kylie.
King Kylie. Yes.
Still
For a new
going.
song, I've been playing on repeat this entire week. By the
Wait,
way,
she's a
But no,
singer
fourth,
too?
Fourth,
4
strike.
strikes, yeah.
Mhm.
Because she had 3 strikes.
Wait, which is
before.
the one that had a kid with Tyga? Is that Kylie or
Tyga.
Tyga
Oh, not
is
Tyga,
Black
sorry.
He
China.
was dating Tyga, but
But
he
Black
never had a kid
China
with
is the
him.
one who has
No, what-
kid with
Rob
Tyga.
Kardashian now.
Yeah, and then that's who is really okay. I'll do a whole debriefing next time. We'll
Yeah.
do a
It's like a
debrief
whole
on
new
Kardashian.
thing.
So, but I know one.
'Cause
I know
you'll
that
be
one of the younger sisters
confused.
had a kid, right?
Kylie.
Kylie.
Is that the one that you like?
Yeah,
The only
love
one
her.
that
Okay,
does
well,
not have
okay.
a kid, I think, is
Kendall.
Kendall.
Mhm.
Yeah, Kendall. I thought she looks,
Like
normal.
Oh, okay.
Normal. She looks normal.
Nice.
You know what it is? I
Wow.
feel like Kylie went more the Kim Kardashian route.
She really did. I would say.
Like she went like with the whole like, you know.
I,
'Cause
I,
yeah.
Again,
I,
then
I don't
again,
know
you know,
about a
then
lot
again-
of them that are like one thing I know is how Courtney talks
Yeah.
Dude,
and
They talk very slow.
she talks like
Kinda like this.
this.
I never watched the Kardashians, but I
Mhm.
remember this one clip I saw I forgot which sister it was. She was giving birth to a baby, and she pulled that baby out herself.
That was like that was keeping up with the Kardashians. That was
Probably.
one of
I
them.
That
haven't
was the
watched that.
craziest
I have
thing I've ever seen in my
just,
life.
I
I just
know.
know the meme references like, my diamond earrings,
Yeah,
Kim.
People are
dying.
There are people dying.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, like, and again, like rich
Anyways,
people stuff.
Closing
different, you know.
arguments.
But yeah, closing stuff. Before I close it off.
Oh, I said
anything you wanna
arguments
say? You
as
wanna
if
say?
like it was a we are in
Yeah.
courthouse, and I'm like, present your closing argument,
Aw.
please.
Swapti, you want to start off
Yeah.
before I end it?
Yeah, it was really nice having you, Arya,
Yeah.
here. It was really fun and obviously very educational to know about autism and
Yeah.
what that looks like. So I hope our audience is also
Yeah,
well aware
definitely.
of what that is, and keep yourself educated.
Mhm.
And this was like really fun how we just like transitioned to different topics.
Yeah, no, it was great.
I would love to have you again, and we
I
can
would
like
love to
talk
be back.
more
Like,
about
girly things. Honestly, it'd be
pop
so fun.
culture.
Yes, please.
we
love
didn't
each other.
we didn't really get into the pop culture side of
Next time,
things.
if we do it again, please, can we do that? I love talking pop culture.
Me too.
I'm like a big fan of that. So
Okay.
it'd be so fun.
I am so down.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you had to do, so you got to do what you got to
And then probably 90%, I would still assume it's still 90% of you have been subscribed to the channel. 90? 80?
do. 80, 90.
80, 90% of you.
Yeah.
So please go ahead and subscribe to our channel
Mhm.
and make sure you hit that like button and comment, subscribe, hit the notification button.
Yeah.
The
And-
bell icon.
Yes.
That's what it's called.
Good job.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
subscribe to news, nonsense, and more.
Yeah.
I got it right.
Yeah, good job, Prapti. Arya, what anything you want to tell the audience?
You know what? I had a great time being here and talking to you guys about my nonprofit, etc. Like what just drives me as an individual. So I had a great time just getting to talk about that. So yeah, it was a great time.
All right.
Really fun.
Well, you know, we had an amazing time with Arya too. I had an amazing time. You guys tried to get me, but you couldn't really with the questions.
It's just because
I'm
you
so
didn't
You
answer
can't answer that,
suave.
so you can't.
But anyways, you know, thank you for coming, making me aware, and making our audience aware about
No,
autism.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the conversation flowed really well.
Yeah.
You've done your research. I think, you know, those little things that
Mhm.
every day people do makes a
Yeah.
huge difference in
Yeah,
society.
Definitely.
And I feel
definitely.
like you know, the Nepalese community does need
Mhm.
someone, and I can't stress enough, NYP. I don't know if you're part of NYP, have heard of them.
No, I haven't.
They're Nepalese young professionals. I think
Oh, cool.
there are
Okay.
a lot of like they're nonprofit, number one,
Oh, really?
and they're
Okay.
based over here. And I think
Nice.
they do a lot of I think they would love to also do
Yeah.
this program with you,
Mhm.
and I really appreciate you for making me aware about, you know, what autism is and
Yeah.
what families actually go through,
Of
right?
course, yeah.
And I hope our audience also, you guys learn a lot from this episode. So make sure you hit the like, subscribing button, and subscribe. And also, you know, follow Arya, her
Yes,
journey, her story,
Yes, please.
and that way you can be up to date with her or foundation and everything else. And with that being said, thank you for watching today's episode, and peace.
We'll see you
Yeah.
next
Bye,
time.
guys.